I feel like because Congress only has so much time, and we know how busy they are right now with all the stuff that Trump's giving them legislatively, and then we know that I'm sure we can get a few more Hunter Biden hearings in before the midterms. We got to make time for all that. What's up? What do you want?
Oh, hey, I wanted to talk to you about Fed posting.
Okay.
Um, how you feeling about everything? It's getting pretty scary out there. Are you you think that civil war is coming, or
I mean, we're on the path to it, but I mean, like, there's many paths before us, and it's still an unlikely one. But like, even saying that the chances are greater than 1% in the next like 5 years, I think is an unacceptably high number, and I feel like we're maybe over 1% for it. But I don't know. There are like
Okay.
other things that are happening that like it makes it so that maybe it's not this time, but next time. Like Trump is massively unpopular. They are getting fucked in all the courts. They're not. They weren't able to bring down prices on anything. Everybody's making fun of these guys. Trump is old as fuck. Like there might be enough where we come back from the edge just because the average, or enough Republican voters like, yeah, this shit was lame as fuck. I guess let's just vote for the Dems this time, or like sit it out, and then we kind of get some normalcy again. And maybe the next time is even a little worse or something. So yeah.
Okay, do you I guess another question that I would have then is so all of this don't say it. I hope someone does it shit is just a meme, or like I'm not asking you to Fed post. Obviously it's very hard to talk about this because you know
Wait, what do you
we're,
mean
we're-
by just a meme?
I mean, is it are you serious? Do you think, do you think somebody should, like do it in a video game?
Um, I like if I have you ever do you play any Arc Raiders?
No, but I've been watching you play it and it kind of makes me want to give it
Yeah,
a
when I'm trying to
try.
run trials, sometimes there are just people on the map that just fuck shit up. And I think that, in a perfect world, everybody should be able to have as much fun as they want. But if me and my fucking homies, me and my Team America are trying to roll our fucking trials, sometimes there are people that can just fuck shit up so bad that they gotta go, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I I think I get it. No, Chad, I'm not glowing. I'm not trying to. It's very hard to talk about this. The reason why it's hard is because, yeah, it's hard to have. It's like when Pisco asked you after the first assassination attempt. Do you wish that he succeeded or whatever? That kind of shit. But I don't. I feel like you answered that. You said that you obviously you didn't because
What
that
did I
would be.
answer back then?
Um, I feel like
I feel like my answer would have been like I would have been on the fence, but maybe no.
Yeah, I think it was
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Okay. That was close though, but I mean, like things have gotten so much worse since then.
Well,
Jesus.
yeah,
The reason, also, by the
obviously.
way, the reason why it's hard for you to talk about Fed posting is because we don't have any strong representation right now doing the Fed posting for us. If you're a conservative, you don't have to Fed post. The president of the United States does it for you, and
Yeah.
every single member of the president's government does it for you. Like I wouldn't have to Fed post if Newsom was out here talking about how he who saves his country breaks no laws or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I know. No, that's true. There is like one other thing. Although before you do that, I'm gonna make your chat like me real quick. Can you
Okay.
tune into my stream on YouTube? I want to show so that everyone can see the uh the
What's your name on YouTube?
adorableness. Kalinda.
Oh, the one and only. Okay.
I don't think I'm the one. I think there's other ones, but it's at Kalinda Live.
Oh, Kalinda Live. So you lied. Okay.
I mean, that's my username, but if you search for Kalinda, you should find me.
Oh. Wait, are you? Do you say how tall you are?
No, I'm like 5'3". I'm not. I'm
Okay, so not,
short as
that's a
fuck.
huge, that's a huge kitty. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's got his little paw just hanging out. Okay, cute. Okay, all right. Fuck you, cheap. That's a cheap tactic. All right, what's up?
Okay. The other thing is, um, I've been noticing a lot lately that that there's been a lot of shit on the subreddit about stuff related to like, talking about how we need to like fuck with MAGA real hard, and like we need to we
On
need
our
to
subreddit, I
nerd
feel like on the subreddit we
Trump.
have the mods have to be pretty careful. We try to
Yeah.
squash all that because your subreddit can get nuked. Yeah.
Well, no, no, I don't mean that. I'm not talking about like doing violence against MAGA. I'm saying that there seems to be this whole idea of like that feeling when my enemies are ontologically evil and therefore and like therefore whatever it is that I do to them doesn't matter, you know? This idea that Democrats
Oh.
should do the same kind of shit that Republicans should do. And I'm just wondering if you still believe that that's a bad thing, because there's been a lot of worry, because it seems like a lot of people on your subreddit are starting to lean that way pretty heavily. And
Well, I haven't drawn these circles yet, and I haven't written this out formally, but like, there is a level where if the other person is willing to go there, like I think you almost have a moral duty to match them. But then there are certain actions where it's like you should never, like, these are things that they betray the principles you believe in so much that it's probably impossible to find a justification for them. So like you should never, the intentional taking of another human life is almost always a bad thing, so we should never do it. But like, if somebody is about to break in your house and they say they want to kill your family, right? Maybe you can kill that person, even though killing is a really big thing.
oh
I don't
yeah,
know
of
if
course,
killing that
yeah.
person there is like betraying, right? But like, let's say somebody's like, okay, well, I don't think you should kill him, but you should be able to rape him. It's like, okay, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't think that I don't think there's ever going to be like a justification where even if you have the right to kill somebody, you have the right to rape them. That's just not, that would be so outside of. So there are some things that I place where it's like being nasty and calling people names and getting personal, ugly, whatever. Like, I don't think it's ideal, but I think this is like, can be fair game. But things like lying or like just intentional disinformation, misinformation, stuff like this is so corrosive and so damaging that you can't get back from that. You'll lose yourself in it.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. I'm thinking like more, I guess, like fuck. I argue with some people in Lone Report about this, and there are some people in there who were very worried, like, about this notion that when Democrats get into power, they might do some really bad shit, like, or like I think someone said like does Destiny just like want to prosecute all Republicans, or does DGG just hate all Republicans? You know, like I'm talking specifically about like
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I don't want to get Jesse watered again, but like, yeah, that's a good feeling. You should like I don't think anybody should kill anybody. I'm not saying you should go kill anybody, but like people should be worried. It makes me so fucking angry when people say shit like that, because it shows how much of a fucking joke you think voting is. Like, oh, am I going to be held responsible for my fucking vote? Like,
You're
I'm really
right.
fucking worried. Like, worried how? Like, worried if you're like a trans person that you're not going to have access to medication anymore. Worried that you live in like half the states in the United States, you're not going to be able to get a fucking abortion anymore. Or worried that your friends might make fun of you because you voted for the fat guy that shits himself, who's a fucking retarded loser. Like, it's such a stupid joke that to them, because nothing is at risk, it's all like, oh, well, I don't want any social consequences, or I don't want to get canceled, or whatever the fuck else. Like, okay, well, on the other side of this, you've got people that are being held indefinitely without detention who were arrested illegally, and you've got people being shipped off to fucking CCOT concentration camps that we're paying for some fucking reason. I think you've got hundreds of thousands of people who are dead because of the USAID plug getting completely pulled. Like, it's thing after thing after thing. Like, well, I don't want any consequence for my vote. Like, what do you think on the other side? Like, if somebody walks up to you, if I don't tell you a single fucking thing about somebody, and somebody says to you, I don't think you should hate somebody just for your politics. What do you think? What do you think that person is? What would you instantaneously assume where their political alignment is?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I honestly, it's so like I hate that shit, because like yeah, you shouldn't hate someone for
Because
their
they know that their
politics, but
politics are condemnable. They know they're hateable,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no. Especially
Like
if
that would like
like
if I were to come out and say some shit like, I don't think you should hate somebody just for the video games they play or the anime that they watch. Your mind is like, what are you watching Lolicon and playing fucking rape simulators? What the fuck kind of thing is that to say? Like, why would you even have to say that unless your politics are clearly like morally condemnable? It's just it's a crazy way to navigate a democracy.
yeah, I mean it's like the I mean
And I'm sorry, one more thing. And their problems aren't even fucking real, okay?
no,
Because
I
in
know.
their mind, like, what happens if they win elections? We lose abortion. What happens if we win elections? They think their kids are going to be forcibly transmogulated into some fucking NBZer with blue hair and seven periods. Like, what the fuck? It's not even real fucking problems. Like, the biggest issue that most conservatives had with the Democratic Party is they had to actually learn one or two women's names in NCAA basketball so that they knew who to get fucking mad at when the next trans shooter showed up or whatever. It's just like it's all so fake and stupid and retarded. Sorry, I'm done.
No, no, it's okay. Honestly, I believe I think I agree with most of that epic rant. I've been thinking about that a lot though lately. Like, do you think that conservatives are being serious when they talk, when they legitimately think that that, or do you think conservatives legitimately think that the left is coming for their way of life? Because that's how it seems like to
Yes,
me.
the voters do. The content creators and the politicians know it's a fucking lie, but the voters really do, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's kinda like what I thought, although I have to wonder, I think maybe people like Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles might actually think that because those guys are,
No, they're too smart. There's a second or third wave of when everybody retardedly tricked themselves into thinking everybody can do the media. Media is just when you pick up a camera and record something. Those waves of like influencer content creators might believe it. That's how you get people who are so fucking retarded. They die of some of the most preventable cancers in the world because they spend a month on ivermectin therapy
oh,
for their fucking dick cancer or whatever, like Scott Adams did. That's a believer. That guy was a true believer. But that guy was never like a tier one, like a media political influencer guy. He was like in the second or third wave because he bought into the fucking hype like a retard. So I'm sure you've got some people like that. But like you're Jack Posobiec, you're anybody that ever worked anywhere like at The Blaze or The Daily Wire or like these people, they know. They absolutely know. They know that, but they justify it to themselves and they find reasons why it's okay to do it because maybe they trick themselves into thinking everybody else does it or they have to do it to get by or whatever.
by the way, the best, this is sort of related to this, the best response to anybody who says that liberalism always leads to fascism is like, no, it's conservatives that always bend over backwards for fascism. Like that's what happened in Weimar. It was Hindenburg and von Papen and all those guys, all those monarchist fucks who were like, we're so scared of the social democrats because they're like socialists, and so we're gonna vote for, and so we're gonna support the Austrian corporal,
Sure, but
even though we hate him. You know,
but these guys would just say that the liberals are closer to the conservatives than they are to the socialists. So at the end of the day, I do agree with you though. The whole historical reading of just from the 20s and 30s for Germany is fucking to come away from that. Where like the KPD and the fucking Nazis and shit were all like in the streets like fighting the social democrats and all this stupid shit to be like, oh, the liberals gave in. It's like the liberals were all fucking killed, bro. What do you mean they
yeah,
gave into it? They got fucked. They got outvoted eventually. They got destroyed. Like
yeah, I know.
I
No,
don't even
it's
know if it was either for the enabling act or the big thing after. I don't even think any of them were allowed to take a seat in government. I think they might have been excluded even from that. Yeah, it's just fucking retarded. It's stupid.
they
It's dumb. And then who ultimately beat them? It wasn't the Soviets. I mean, it was after the Nazis backstabbed them, but it was the fucking liberals. What? I saw the stupidest fucking tweet in the world a few days ago where some fucking retard was like, if liberals could do anything about if liberals had an option about getting rid of slavery, liberals would have just said we need to treat the slaves nicer. Like, excuse me, motherfucker, liberals are the ones that got rid of slavery. What are you talking about? You think it was the socialists in the United States that abolished slavery? What are you talking about?
I think I saw that. That was really
Yeah.
fucking stupid. I can't. There's so much dumb shit. By the way, I feel like Emma would totally like throw a hissy fit if anybody reacted the way that she reacted to Michelle Obama if somebody had said the same thing about supporting Palestinian designers. I'm just
Of
saying.
course, for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Like I
100%.
I don't know why, but like for whatever reason, actually no, I do know why. It's because it's all just America bad. That's the reason why these people hate
Yeah.
Israel. It's all
Like
just
these guys are ready to fucking boycott, fucking the Flash because he gave Wonder Woman a blowjob in some comic, and Gal Gadot is like Wonder Woman and she's Israeli, and they have to boycott all that. But you couldn't support a creator or somebody of a certain race or whatever because you think it's important. Like these people are retarded. Yes,
I
it's
know.
all stupid politics, dumb shit.
Um, so I guess my question then is, how far do you think the Democrats should go if they get back into power? Do you still believe, for example, that Biden should have like used
No,
he should have done a
I'm glad that Biden did what he did because we can point to it now. And I'm just going to point to that over and over again. And I have a lot of moral authority and I like that. So if they complain, if we have, I might not vote for the Democrat. I might just write in Jack Smith 20 times. And then I might get every legal immigrant I know to write Jack Smith in because I want him to be the fucking president. And as soon as he's in, I want him to say, I'm giving all my power to the vice president. He do what he wants. And I'm just going to fucking prosecute harder than you've ever fucking, and I want him personally serving the warrants. I want him personally doing the no-knock raids with the police. I want to see him in every fucking picture. I think it should be as hard, like to the outer. You need to go to the outer perimeter of what's politically possible, and you need to push back. You need to push against that pretty aggressively and fight as hard as you can because Biden was by far, unbelievably, unfathomably the nicest option that you could have gotten. And he tried so hard on everything. And look how they went after him. And look how they went after his family. How fucking
I
disgusting these
know.
guys were. For a guy that's paying off fucking porn stars with campaign funds, claiming that it shouldn't even be a crime to do it when he had to lie about it on the books because he knew it was a fucking crime to do it. This guy who's out here banging porn stars when his wife's at home with her newborn kid. And these people spent all their time attacking Hunter Biden because he made less money like per year than Tim Pool did when he was getting paid through a fucking Russian op to say that
God.
Ukraine was the enemy of the people. Give me a fucking break. No, they should be as brutal as possible. And every time they complain, You should have fucking Biden come. Biden should be the fucking spokesman. He should be the White House press secretary. I want Biden to come out every fucking day with a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. I don't care if he can barely speak. I think he should just answer a question to say, yeah, fuck him. What do you want me to say?
That would actually be really funny. I mean, I think Jack Smith should be the attorney general, honestly. I think that would be a good fuck you, but I guess like I so you I understand that you're angry and I agree with you, but at the same time, I mean, it kind of would be nice to get back to the president not telling the DOJ what to do, right? Right? Isn't that supposed to be the
Well, I
way
mean, the
this
DOJ should be a DOJ that vigorously wants to do this on their own. Like, I agree that there shouldn't be coordination with the president, but there shouldn't need to be. Like, it should be like whoever's the attorney general is like, yeah, this shit is fucked, and there has to be people have to think there are going to be consequences for their actions, or else people are always going to act in unhinged manners in the future, and they're going to be incentivized to do so. That incentive needs to disappear.
Okay. No, I mean, like, yeah, I agree. I think that, like, I think Hutch and Pisco and Josiah were having this argument about exactly what the president should run on. And I don't think the president should necessarily run on, like, I'm going to direct my attorney general to prosecute Donald Trump, but, like, he could probably run
Yeah,
on
he doesn't have to say it, but
yeah.
he has to run on the fact that, like, what happened the past 4 years is unacceptable. Assuming we make it that far.
Oh,
I don't even
God.
like saying that. 3 years from now for a presidential election. Yeah, but it has to be that everything that happened was completely and totally unacceptable. And you know what? You just made me play politics, and I'm seeing Josiah's fiery eyes burning behind me now. No, fuck that. I don't care if the fucking president runs on. These motherfuckers need to be locked the fuck up, and I will pick the right attorney general for the job. I don't care if he says that. I think it's fine if he says that, because I think that bringing a lot of these people to justice in whatever way possible, I think that is important. Absolutely, I think it is. Or he can pick an attorney general. You know what, actually? I don't think that Jack Smith should be the attorney general. I think he should pick a strong attorney general. And then when the AG comes in, the day one, I think there should be a special prosecutor appointed, and it should be Jack Smith. And he gets carte blanche to whatever resources he needs, whatever team has to put together, like similar to like Mueller or whatever. That's his whole fucking job. I don't want Jack Smith wasting his time on whatever other crime enforcement shit. I want him to spend all of his fucking time on all the investigations needed to get these guys for whatever fucking crimes you can.
Okay. Yeah, that does sound better. I mean, I guess, like, if the president says that, that's fine if, like, they run on that or whatever. But I do think that the one thing that would be probably really important is, like, as long as it's made clear that the president's not going to direct the attorney general to do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
or
yeah.
just
I
like,
mean, I don't think he should, but I don't think that matters. Americans are fucking retarded. They don't know what the fucking DOJ is. They don't know what the Attorney General is, and they think it's normal for the president to give direction to the Attorney General. So fuck him. I almost think he should do it and then just don't do it. He should just say he's going to do it, just to trigger the fuck out of all the MAGA people so that I can run through these people debate after debate after debate. Oh, I thought you said it was normal that the president gives direction to the Attorney General. Didn't you say that? Aren't there 450 million clips of you barely mumbling this out through a mouthful of Trump cum every single fucking time you're asked? Isn't it kind of weird that Trump is giving direction to Pam Bondi? I would just say, oh, can you give me a statement that the current president just said that's similar to Trump truthing out, hey, Pam, here are the 3 people I need you to indict. Here's the lawyer I need you to do it with. Good luck. Yeah, as soon as you have something like that, then we can fucking talk. And by the way, when you find that, now we're on equal footing. You haven't even found something worse. Now we're on equal footing. So fuck you. And you better hope their mortgage paperwork is fine on everything. You better hope they didn't lie on a single fucking credit card application. You better hope that they didn't go to the fucking DMV and present a piece of mail that was out of date for their driver's license. You better hope that they did every fucking thing by the books as much as possible. And if they didn't, every single one should be charged, and the max penalty on every single thing should be pursued. Every single court should be in D.C. I want a D.C. jury of the blackest, thuggiest fucking people that you can get on every single jury. And 6 of them have to be black women that are constantly being told by the judge to stop going, every time Jack Smith says something, okay, when they're doing these prosecutions. I think every single one of these guys should have the book thrown at them as hard as possible, in my opinion.
oh no, I mean, I agree with that. Like, obviously, something would have to be done. I also feel like something needs to change in order to put rules into place or whatever. Like, I think it sucks that the judicial branch doesn't really have its own enforcement arm, and I think that they should. Even though I guess
But you
technically
can't. Some people are saying U.S. Marshals is some bullshit. I already know some fucking retards talking about it. But no, they can't. It has to be checks and balances. There are no rules. People need to erase this from their mind. There are some big changes we should go for, okay? I don't even agree with these changes, but at this point, I don't give a fuck. Get rid of the fucking filibuster. Fuck them, okay? And then expand the Supreme Court. Do those 2 things. Do it 100%. Fuck them. Fuck it. Otherwise, I don't care. You stole Merrick Garland from us as a Supreme Court pick. Okay, well, fuck it. Now we're reforming the Supreme. I don't think we should pack the court, but I think we should have like 20 justices. And looks like we're president when we did that change, and now we're going to put 11 more on. Suck our fucking dicks. Okay. And then if they ever, because right now the issue is Republicans think they can do anything, and there will never be any consequences. I don't mean bad things. I don't mean violence, okay? I don't mean violence, okay? I don't mean violence, but they think
Hi,
they can do whatever
Fox.
and they'll get away with it. And if the thing is like what, because Democrats are in the cucked mindset and Republicans are in the Giga Chad mindset. The Giga Chad mindset is I can beat the shit out of this guy as much as I fucking want to, and he's never going to touch me because he's worried I'm going to do something worse, okay? But as soon as the Republicans get smacked back, they just have to think for 1 second, oh shit, we have to be careful because if we go overboard again, then they're going to come back on us and we're going to have Jack the cheek clapper Smith on our ass and everything else is going to be fucked, and then they won't. But the only reason they operate with the impunity they do right now is because they think there's going to be no consequences in the future. It can't be that way anymore. And it just, I'm sorry, because the point you said about like, we can't make rules for people that want to break the rules. Dude, did you see the thing that I read at the beginning of stream? Did you, this fucking court transcript, the 47 pages from the judge talking to the two ladies, the special prosecutors, the special attorneys or whatever? It's a shit show at ICE right now, at DHS. These guys are overworked. They don't have enough people. They're arresting motherfuckers with absolutely no idea what the fuck is going on. They're shipping them around the country. They're ignoring court orders. They're not even responding to the courts, like asking them, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it is fucked from top to bottom of these places. So I don't think, it's not like they're following the rules that are there. They're just doing whatever the fuck they can get away with. So the approach of like, we need new rules is not the correct approach. It's we need people who want to play the game correctly. That's what you need.
Yeah, I'm afraid that the Democrats probably won't do as much as like they probably should do, because it seems like for a long time now, I think a lot of what you're talking about and a lot of what I have wished for a very long time that the Democrats were better at political maneuvering than it seems like they are. Like the Republicans are just really good at like doing all kinds of like crazy shit, you know, like stealing the Supreme Court pick, or like any of these other kinds of things, or like, you know, threatening to get rid of the filibuster, invoking the nuclear option. Like Mitch McConnell was just so good at just like fucking everything up. But it seems like the Democrats, once they get it, like they just can't seem to manage to do any of that shit. And I don't know if they've ever.
It's because everything, the political landscape, I've said this before, the political landscape for Democrats is like a box, and for Republicans, it's a springboard. Like, Republicans put on the fucking Matrix glasses, and they see so many possibilities in front of them because they're willing to fight on things. And when you fight, you create new possibilities. We don't even know what possibilities are out there if we had a Democratic Party that was willing to fight. Like, I'm talking about first order stuff. Like, oh, you fight, maybe you put some people in jail, you know, whatever else. Maybe a second order effect of Democrats fighting really hard on a lot of this MAGA shit. The obvious second order effect might be like, oh, well, some people will disavow MAGA. Maybe there's like actually some Republicans out there, I know they exist, and some that have been on the wall about the fucking MAGA shit, who you're creating some space maybe for them to actually rise up and recapture the Republican Party. Because as much as the weird lefties are, you know, cringe or whatever, we do need, like Pelosi said, a strong conservative movement in the United States that's not fucking brain broken. So maybe by going more on the offensive against MAGA, maybe you give those people the opportunity to come up a little bit. Like, oh, well, we're not like that, and these people are kind of fucking crazy. But yeah, by attacking, you're just giving yourself you're giving yourself a better battlefield to maneuver in than always being on the defense and having to figure out how to receive attacks from the other side. I mean that politically.
Yes. Well, yeah, obviously. I know that you mean that politically. Obviously, people are fucking.
I'm just saying in case Jesse Fuckwaters wants to clip me again and get more of my shit banned or whatever. So
I can't believe that he fell for that. I can't. That's so funny.
I mean, he fell for it. It was intentional, and it wasn't funny. It was very effective. He got me demonetized on YouTube. So
No.
I mean, it worked. He just
No,
sucked $1 million out of the fucking liberal side of politics. So good job, base.
I mean the fact that he fell for the Twitch ban shit that you put on Twitter. I
guess. I mean, they don't fact check anything anyway, so, but. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, listen, I just want to say, sir, you are a master troll. Good job. I think that was probably your best work, right up there with the Julumni shit. That shit was really funny too.
Yeah.
I need, can you understand shit about polls? I'm going to send you this, and I want you to tell me if, like, I'm being fucking crazy. Hold on. There it is. If like, well, I'm not going to say, I mean, I put it in the side chat of this room. I'm doing a shitload of research into Russia and Ukraine and shit for the eventual lactoid debate. You think it's a waste of time to research for debating lactoid?
No, I think it's such a clear-cut, obvious thing. It's just so fucking cringe that we just totally fucking abdicated our whole position as leader of the free world for no fucking reason other than like, it's literally because like historians will study this, and it's going to take so much to make people understand. Like, we think that like the most difficult question in the universe is like, how could you ever become a Nazi? But the actual difficult question is going to be trying to explain to people, how is it that a group of finger wavy woke scolds triggered so hard half the country of the United States that they decided to completely and totally abdicate their leadership of the free world economically, politically, and militarily. It's like, how can you, Professor? So I don't understand. So the United States had the strongest economy, the strongest military, the most trade relationships, was the largest empire in all of history, like the most technological advancements, and then they completely destroyed themselves because you keep saying like Me Too and like trans rights. I don't understand, Professor. That doesn't make sense. Why would a country give up so much because the professor lady at Harvard was saying stupid shit about anti-Semitism or wouldn't define what a woman is? Was that really that important, Professor? And it's going to be impossible for anybody to explain in the future in the smoldering ashes of the United States why we threw everything away for something so fucking mind-numbingly stupid and insignificant.
I mean, the question of where Trump comes from will be, historians are already talking about that, honestly. Like, I think I looked and there's already a bunch of shit related to that, or like where people are talking about where exactly Trump came from or whatever, and what it was that caused his rise to power and stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of, I have like certain thoughts on it, but I don't know as much about US history as I do about like other history shit. But that is, I don't know. But anyway, I put this poll in the side chat thingy. I just want to know because I actually think this has been an interesting research deep dive. I'm not just, it's not just for debating lactoid. I think this is actually super interesting to learn about this stuff, and it's good to know it because I imagine you probably did all this research. But anyway, are you looking at it's the Crimea referendum or the polling prior to the Russian occupation shit? If you scroll down, there's like 2 tables.
Yeah.
And the first one says, if a referendum was held on the annexation of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea to Russia, how would you vote? And you see a whole bunch of them say yes. But then if you scroll down further, there's another poll where they are offered more options about the future of Crimea. And then not as many of them choose to become part of the Russian Federation. But Lactoid is super hard leaning on this. Well, they all said yes in the first question, and he doesn't think the second question matters. So am I like wrong in thinking that the second question does matter because you've given them more choices? And if they obviously were going to fucking choose Russia, why didn't 60% of them just become part of the Russian Federation in the more choices section? That doesn't really make sense to me. Why are 24% of them choosing stay in Ukraine with greater autonomy, or like all these other options here?
You can have that argument if you want. I think the whole framing is retarded. If 70% of people in Arizona voted to become part of Mexico, should they be allowed to secede to Mexico?
Oh, no.
He's never, ever biting the bullet on that. And you should just end it on that. That's who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck how the population of a country votes. If you really want to get into it, you can go the whole polling route. But you could also say, like, well, what if there was a genocide 100 years ago that replaced like 90% of the population with ethnic Russians, in this place after the Holodomor, right?
Happened,
like, you can do that as well. Like, it's such a stupid, because you guys talk about, you guys, especially the fucking, God, I hate Americans so much. You're so fucking privileged and spoiled. They talk about like the great replacement. You don't talk about a great replacement. Bro, there were so many people not killed or starved to death or whatever between Kazakhstan and Ukraine or whatever, and they shipped in so many fucking Russians, Russification, they had a name for it, to basically to make the culture like and to have ethnically the actual people there. And you want to talk about like an actual great replacement, and then to have the greatly replaced people then take a vote on whether or not they want to secede back to another country who already recognized their borders legally in 91 after the collapse of their empire. No, what a stupid fucking question. You would never accept this for the United States, ever. There would be no state that you would allow to go back to fucking Mexico, even if 99% of the people voted that way, especially not if it was done by an illegal foreign invasion, like it actually kind of happened 100 years ago in Ukraine. It's such a dumb fucking framing. I would start there. I wouldn't even accept this. Why the fuck would you care what a poll says? If Ukrainians want to go through a process to separate out some territory or whatever, that's fine. And then if you want from there, and then the next argument isn't even about the polls. And the next argument is, okay, fine, let's say that they do that. That's a Ukrainian process. Russia sure as fuck doesn't have the right to invade them and enforce the fucking poll. Yeah. You're going to tell me that Russia, that doesn't even have real elections, is allowed to use another country's election to invade them? Fuck off. What a stupid fucking point. God, I hate that Lactoid piece of shit. He's going to fit right in with 99% of the other fucking fake lawyer losers on fucking YouTube. I'm sorry.
No.
I was like play Arc Raiders. We did real good in trials today, by the way. I'm going to the cantina. I will be the top 1,000.
Good luck, sir. I hope that you do. But by the way, does that game not have fucking sniper rifles, bro? I miss like watching you fucking
that's cringe.
Like
no,
but really? Damn.
Miss me doing what? What game did I play with snipers?
In Warzone, or in Black Ops
PUBG or whatever.
6. Yeah, and in PUBG.
Black Ops 6. I never played Black Ops 6. Or you mean you just like Black Ops 6?
No, Blackout. It was the first Call of Duty Battle Royale thing. You played that with Moon, remember?
Oh yeah, Warzone, I think is what it was called, right?
No, it wasn't called Warzone. Warzone was after. Call of Duty Warzone was after
Oh,
that.
Blackout. That's what it was
Yes,
called.
Blackout. Yeah. That was a
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. You used to do a lot of sniping in that game, if I recall correctly. So I kind of wondered if does that game
Well,
not have sniper or does yeah,
not
but
really. No.
that's yeah. I think I saw you once with one, but you said it was like a shitty gun. I don't know. I
It's called an Osprey. It's a immune weapon. There's just not the map in the game isn't set up much for sniping, which is good. I think it would be more boring. It's not that kind of game.
hmm,
I don't know how many extraction shooters have snipers, if that's like a big thing, like in Helldivers 2 or whatever. I don't know if that's a big thing.
um I didn't play Helldivers enough to see, but it has been fun watching you play video games again. I did say that before, but anyway, I mean, yeah, I
Mhm.
agree with you about the Crimea or about the shit. Like there was multiple framings I was going to go down. It's just that I guess like it doesn't matter, although in some ways it kind of does because some of this is a lie. Like when he says about how the people of Donbass wanted to separate and join, that's not true. Like there's no evidence that bears that out. That's like a that's Russian propaganda. But yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that he actually or thinking he actually believes this. I feel like states should only
These
be
guys don't
allowed to.
believe any. They have no values. The sand is shifting beneath their feet every time Trump utters a new phrase. It spins into their minds a whole new concept of law and ethics into existence. It's the most debased, weak-willed, spineless cuck position a man can ever have is to let another man insert his dick so far into his fucking rectum that the head of his cock is coming right into his fucking brain. That's what all these guys are. It is insane how much they will exercise their minds to make an excuse for whatever Trump says and to justify any of it. It's just so unbelievable to me. They would never in a trillion god, and I wish you could run the counterfactual. Obviously you can't. There are so many fucking things that this administration has said or done that if Trump would, or that if Biden would have said it, it would be over. If Obama would have said it, it would have been civil war. It would have been the civil war, the actual civil war. We need to go back to slavery if these blacks are saying this kind of shit in the White House. It would have been over. Like you got these people that are attacking all these immigrant groups. Fucking Ilhan Omar is more of an American than fucking Donald shit Trump, one of the most leechy, extractionary, or in some ways he's the most American, I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate these fucking people. If they're a lawyer and they're on YouTube, there's a 99% chance that they're a trash fucking person. The 1% is basically Pisco, and I'm sure there's like one or two other people that aren't terrible. Legal Ego or whatever, somebody else. Every single person who identifies as a lawyer on YouTube, it's the biggest red flag in the universe.
Legal Eagle is pretty cool.
I
No,
like.
I know.
I would rather take babysitting advice from a pedophile than I would legal counsel or legal advice or legal analysis from a YouTube lawyer. They're that fucking horrible at their jobs. Like at least a pedophile's honest about wanting to fuck kids. These guys pretend that they're impartial. It's just unbelievable how crazy all of these fucking YouTube lawyers are.
Oh, don't forget Kafka. Apparently he's on YouTube right now.
Oh,
Right?
he's there too. He's
Yeah,
part of that 1% as well. Great guy. Yeah.
yeah. Although I don't know how much he actually streams, but anyway, no, I don't I understand that you're really angry. I guess like to maybe try to give a little bit of hopium, although you're probably gonna tell me no because you seem really black-pilled, but I I think that Trump's weird plan to try to federalize the elections. Did you hear him say that where he said like the Republicans should federalize like the elections and take them over from the states? Did you hear when he said
Yeah.
that shit?
Ontologically, I do reject the use of the word plan in conjunction with anything Trump says because I don't think he has the cognitive ability to make plans into the future beyond his next shit. But yeah, I've heard him talk about it and they're flirting with it and they're trying to do everything they can to push it in that direction. I think what's the Natasha fucking Gabbard? Okay, a Russian
Tulsi
spy
Gabbard.
is yeah, she's moving in that direction of trying to do shit in Puerto Rico, and now they've seized machines in fucking Georgia and or yeah, and they're yeah. So they want to do something with federal control. What you said there was some positive thing about this? What is the
Well, no, okay. The positive thing about this is that the Republicans in Congress were like falling all over themselves to say, no, 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 that guys, that's not actually what he meant. Like it seemed like they just didn't even like fucking Caroline Levitt was saying that shit. Like even she was like, oh, he was just talking about the Save Act. But I think, and then like, I think Thune, Majority Leader Thune, what's his, John Thune, he came out and said something about how he would rather that stuff stay in the states. And I don't think that the
That's because there are some. Because at the
Constitution,
end of the day,
yeah,
they do look to the next elections because these guys have to get elected again. So they are thinking about that. But also, as much as it might not be transparent to us, states do enjoy some level of autonomy.
yes,
Like when Trump was elected in 2016, when they wanted to put together that voter board to look for all the voter fraud or whatever, the only thing they did was they went to every single state and they asked them all to give all the voter data to the White House so that they could go through it. And all the blue states said fuck no, and all the red states said fuck no. Every single state said fuck no. We're not giving that over. That's our data. Fuck you. And like they fought over the. Are you familiar with the blue slip rule?
Um, fuck, I feel like I should be, but
Basically, when you have like federal, is it judges or prosecutors? It might be judges that are appointed just in your state. You, as a senator, have something. I think it's called a blue slip, where you can basically say, "Listen, I'm not going to tell you who, but not that one. Okay, this is my state. I don't want this fucking judge in my state or whatever." And it's not supposed to be for super partisan reasons or whatever. But you have that, and Trump really wanted to put in. I don't know what their name was, Bozo McFuckface the judge or whatever, as a lawyer who graduated from Trump Law School University, in some state or whatever, and they blue slipped it, and they were like, no, and Trump got really ass pained at that, but the Senate didn't turn over on that. Just like they also didn't toss the filibuster either, even though Trump was saying we need to get rid of this fucking filibuster. Like, I don't know about this one, Chief. We're gonna get fucked hard on that. So yeah.
yeah, I mean, so like I don't know. I don't think that there is any real way that he could do that. Not to mention the fact that, and I know that Trump doesn't give a fuck about this, but I mean, in the Constitution it says that states run elections. So yeah, I guess that there are limits to the kind of dumb shit that he could try to do, and I don't think any of the states, like you just said, including the Republican ones, would ever abdicate control of their elections to the federal government. Now I
Yeah.
don't know if they
And our
would,
big
yeah, go on.
No, I don't think they would. The biggest boon we have is just that there's just a lot of stuff that is just true. The character of certain men and the character of certain people and systems that like these types of populist movements. I mean, I guess technically, I'm pretty sure if you go back 10 years ago, I think I said this like a million times, and it'd be a good compilation to make so I can jerk myself off. But I think that what I said was like populist movements will come up, they're popular for a little bit, and they feel good, but they never manage to get any of the shit done that they talk about. They never do that. And I think I've been saying this, I think, for the better part of the last decade. I think I've said this.
Yeah, you
Um,
have,
and
but also that's true,
yeah,
like historically.
yeah, and it's
So
true. And but like we've seen that. And if Trump had any level of competency, or was it like, and he doesn't even have the competency of a leader because he can't surround himself with smarter, good people. Whoo, we would be in way
yeah,
worse shape. We'd be in dire straits. But they're so incompetent at everything because, like, if we had the same shit going on right now, and dumb fuck Americans actually saw affordability getting better and we're making a ton more money and our economy was thriving, the average American dumb fuck might not give a fuck. They might say, oh, fuck it, this guy's kind of base. Let's keep going. But just because things are not growing at the rate he said, just because we're still seeing stagnation, just because affordability hasn't gotten better, like Americans are more kind of like woken up and like, oh, maybe like arresting these, poor moms and dads and then, flying them around to all these different states with absolutely no valid cause and then just kicking them out into the fucking streets in sub-zero weather with the clothing that we arrested them in Arizona, maybe that's actually not a good way to do things. Maybe that's kind of fucked up. But it's just because they're fucking up so many different things that America's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this one, Chief. It's kind of weird.
yeah, and ICE is shooting American citizens and shit like that. There was like,
And white ones too. Not even the scary
yes,
black ones, but now they're shooting the nice white ones.
yeah,
Whoo, not good.
true. I mean, like, that's also the other funny thing because the Nazis, when the Nazis used a lot of populist rhetoric. I'm sure you remember this from what little you read of. I got I missed that. Are you ever gonna finish Richard Evans?
Someday I will.
God damn it.
After I beat Arc Raiders. Yeah, go ahead.
When the Nazis, after they after they come into power, like they use a lot of populist rhetoric before they come into power, but then afterwards, obviously, they're not talking like that anymore. And they get rid of their crazy militia guys because they're causing too much trouble, like being violent in the streets and all this shit. But it seems like Trump just never got that memo when it comes to like how you actually properly go from like populist campaigner to like actual government leader. And he's still there. Like it's funny seeing all of these guys still talk about like how they are coming after Trump and all this other weird shit. Like it doesn't, yeah, like
Well, it's because it's like, did you ever see that Everything Ever All at Once movie or whatever?
I have that movie on my hard drive and I've been meaning to watch it for like a gazillion years. Please don't spoil it. Your recommendation also made me want to watch it, even though I
Okay,
hardcore
well, it's a good
disagree
movie.
with half your media
There's
takes.
like a
But yeah.
statement that somebody shut up. There's a statement that you can make, and then you can make the same statement later on, and it's like oof. So like I'm just giving a broad theme in this movie, not a spoiler alert, but like the movie kind of starts off with this idea of like, oh, nothing matters, and then by the end of the movie, it's like, oh, nothing matters, right? Like things like even if there's not a significant thing, like it can still be very important, like a thing that might be meaningless to the universe or to some other person, could be the entire world to another person, right? It's like that thing. Like Trump ran on this idea of like Trump's not a politician, okay? And now it's like, ooh, Trump's not a politician, as in he can't do his fucking job. He can't get anything done. At least in your early, I guess your Hitler fucking shit. I can't speak as much of Japan or Mussolini. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Mussolini did ever. But the like Hitler was a politically minded person, and he manipulated and used politics to advance his stuff. Donald Trump has no fucking idea how to do politics or anything, and it shows in the worst way possible. So,
Yeah.
like, if Donald Trump would have been Hitler, who knows? Maybe the tankies would have taken over fucking Germany, and they would have won. Maybe the KBD would have ruled everything because he wouldn't have fucking made it anywhere. As soon as he spent the first like couple years, whatever, in jail, he would have just bounced and gone to fucking, I don't
Yeah,
know, rape
true.
women in Bavaria or some shit. Who knows? Or go
I
fight with the
think
blacks in the Ruhr. I don't know.
Mussolini managed to like do so. I mean, obviously, like later on, he was a loser, but his rise to power was interesting because he was the first fascist guy. Did it, but and he
Sure.
obviously engaged in some political maneuvering there. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave you to it. And enjoy the rest of your stream. Don't Fed post too hard,
Okay.
chat. Don't
I
say
never,
it.
we never do that here.
Vote.org. All right. Bye.
Vote.org.
Yes.
Be careful.
Bye. Okay. Hello, chat. Hello. Should Destiny get a cat to help calm down? Of course, Destiny should get a cat. I should have mentioned something about that. That MR clip was insane. Yes, Chase, I agree. That MR clip was fucking insane. Hello, Tuckman. You're not new here. You've been here. Stumbling through life. Hello, hey streamer lady. Hello, hello there. Hello, the streamer. Oh, she noticed that she has a chat. Listen, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, I'm not necessarily going to be like, oh my God, I have a chat, or I'm not going to be reading my chat. To be honest, I was reading DGG. Also, the cat bait worked at the beginning. Emma literally said cabal. Yeah, I know. You know what the most insane part about that was? It was the fucking Chomsky shit. The fact that they basically did not talk about Chomsky being in the Epstein files. This same standard was never applied to him. Which is fucking ridiculous. Like, what the fuck is wrong with I can't do it. I can't. I just want to play video games. I think his heart rate is like 160. No, I think it's just he's just passionate about this stuff. But I thought that was a fun conversation. I don't know. Like, I think that he confirmed basically that no, like he doesn't want to like break the law and like come in and do like a bunch of insane shit. He just wants to do certain things within the confines of the rules or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's on the one hand, I want to get back to normal, but on the other hand, like I do think that something does need to be done in order to ensure that and I feel like you could probably bridge this gap or walk this line, you know. The majority report did not mention Chomsky being in the Epstein files. I mean, Sam said that he claimed that they talked about it or whatever, but or at least not according to what Destiny was able to find when he was looking, and he went on fucking Filmot. But yeah, it's the exact same cult mentality. It's the same exact cult mentality on the right. Where they'll take a bullet for that gross. Oh yeah, I know. Which is actually really funny because Chomsky disagrees with them on like some stuff. Like I remember. Do you guys remember when Chomsky went on? What the fuck was it? Fucking on the Bad Faith podcast with Brianna Joy Gray and the other guy who when he was still on there, and Chomsky like argued with them for like I think it was like an hour plus about how voting is actually really important and you should fucking go vote. It doesn't matter who the Democrat is. It was literally like the only good thing that the Democrat or that like Chomsky like that was like the one time Chomsky was fucking based. We need to correct hardcore if we ever accept the foreign allies. Yeah, I hate BJG too. That's the most neutral way to explain it to normies, in my opinion. Yeah, I know. I feel like a lot of Americans, like I don't know, Destiny's right. A lot of Americans probably wouldn't care. I guess yeah, as long as they're not doing any weird illegal shit where they're like, this is clearly illegal, but I have a novel legal theory that's basically going to get around it, then it's probably fine. You know, like, obviously, you have to figure out a way to get back to norms or whatever, but just, like, sort of maybe walk that line, and I think that if the Democrats yeah, like, they just need to be fighters ultimately at the end of the day. Like, I don't think they should need to direct like, the next Democratic president should not need to direct his or her attorney general to do shit, um, because that they are fucking, like they shouldn't need to do that because that they should just choose someone who's like who's going to be a fighter and who's going to then turn around and bring Jack Smith back to just do his fucking work. You know, and that's the worry is that for a long time I don't think Democrats have really been like big fighters. Like I think that probably at least since the Bush era, what Jon Stewart said is true, where he said, "Guys, you've got like 4% or you got like 40% of the votes and 3% of the power at a certain point pick up your game." um like it just they just aren't as good as the Republicans at doing like that kind of like crazy political maneuvering shit, you know. Although to be fair, the Republicans also did a lot of that shit to obstruct, and that's why, yeah. Did you see ICE was supposedly deporting Palestinian Americans to the West Bank? No, I didn't see that. What the fuck, really? To the West Bank? Like, wait, when you say Palestinian Americans, you mean Palestinian American citizens? Like, they have US citizenship? They were either naturalized or born there? Yeah, that's fucking. I don't have high hopes that Democrats could fix this, even if they really tried to. Mega um, could be just one of the big nails in the coffin of the USA. I mean, I'm hoping not, but you know, I'm just trying to be. Yeah, I'm trying to be. Wait, what? Someone in chat is saying that I broke him. What the fuck is going on? I'll have to check his stream later because now I'm going to do my stream. I'm not going to get distracted. I mean, I hope that they're not trying to deport people that have citizenship. There's some like insane stuff with regards to that. Um, it's in stream suggestions. Okay, hold on. You guys should give me a video or something to watch so that I can play video games at the same time. Maybe I might actually listen to that genocide thing, although maybe not. I don't know. Stream suggestions, you say? Wait, Chase, you messaged me about Pisco reacting to Kyle and Hassan. I'd be curious to see that. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Pisco react to Kyle. Aw. This adorable cat picture is from Jordan W. Hold on. Let me just pull this up here. Wait. Oh. Look at this. Look at this cutie. Aw, tongue. If you're looking for a good debate to watch with Michael Knowles, bar fight with Soiko was fun. Oh yeah, yeah. This cat does look like Doomy, but this cat is not Doomy. For one thing, well, this cat's tummy is not shaved. But I mean, the cat is a void cat, and very frequently that is a thing. Very nice cat though. Chat, spilled a bit of seltzer on my laptop and I couldn't get the last screw on the battery out. Ooh, geez, that's not good. That's very frightening. Very, very, very frightening. Um, oh, and of course, Johann puts is anti-Zionism, anti-Semitism with Adam Lewis Klein. He puts this in stream suggestions, of course. Johann really wants me to talk about um yeah. Um US is secretly deporting Palestinians to West Bank in coordination with Israel. What? Why? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would Israel want to do that? That makes zero sense whatsoever. Wouldn't Israel want the Palestinians to stay not in the West Bank? Because then there's going to be more Palestinians in the West Bank. Isn't that like completely contrary to what Palestinian or to like what Israel fucking wants? What? The deal maker. Oh, he Adam argues that no, anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. He has an interesting perspective. Yeah, the art of the deal. I just Palestinians arrested by ICE are being flown, bound and shackled on private jet belonging to Israeli American tycoon close to Trump. Investigation reveals. I, I don't understand like why. Why would they do this? This is completely counter to anything that Israel wants. Why would you like even if it's just a small number of people, why would you put more Palestinians into the West Bank when Israel's goal seems to make the Palestinians not be in the West Bank anymore? Are there ways to put links without it getting blocked here? No, there's not, unfortunately. YouTube does not allow you to link things. Only P, you would need to if you join my Discord, there's a link in the description. Why wouldn't they? They're looking for any excuse to deport anyone. No, I'm aware of that. I understand that Trump wants to deport people and the US wants to deport people, but I'm saying that it's very weird that that Israel would coordinate on this in any way, shape, or form. Unless the Israeli American businessman who is doing this is just doing it in cooperation with Trump, and there is absolutely no connection with Netanyahu. Because the thing that does not understand, yeah, I don't. Discord, the company, is ran by furry collectivist pedophiles. Will never use. Okay. Um, conditions for aid, perhaps, maybe, potentially. Um, yeah, it's been fun, but it's 4:30 a.m. here. I think I ought to get some sleep. Have a fun stream. Oh yeah, bye. I probably won't stream for very long. This was completely impromptu. I just got like the urge and I was like, fuck it. Maybe to chill Palestinian speech. That's probably part of it, yeah. Uh but no, I'm sorry, like only P. I don't really have another way to give you like to have you link things. I because I'm not streaming on Kick right now, even though I should be. Um Maybe it's to piss off a boss. I mean, I guess. United States is quietly deporting Palestinians arrested by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement to the occupied West Bank by private jet, with two such flights taking place in coordination with Israeli authorities since the beginning of this year, part of a secretive and politically sensitive operation revealed through a joint investigation by 972 Magazine and The Guardian. Yeah, this is so funny. It's just weird. 8 Palestinian men shackled for the entire journey by their wrists and ankles, were flown from an ICE deportation hub in Phoenix, Arizona on January 20th and arrived in Tel Aviv the following morning after refueling steps in New Jersey, Ireland, and Bulgaria. Refueling stops, sorry. After arriving at Ben Gurion Airport, the men were put in a vehicle with an armed Israeli police officer and released at a military checkpoint outside the Palestinian town of Nilin in the West Bank. That does not sound Arabic at all the way that I'm saying it. I feel like that's very wrong. Um, the same private jet, which belongs to an Israeli American property tycoon who is a friend and longtime associate of President Donald Trump, conducted an almost identical journey on Monday this week, but the number of passengers on board and most of their identities remain unclear. According to people familiar with the details, The 8 men deported on the initial flight, which was first reported by the Israeli newspaper Haaretz, are residents of of West Bank towns and cities, including Bethlehem, Hebron, Silwad, Ramun, Bir Nabala, and Al Ram. Some of them have held green cards, and several have wives, children, and other close family members in the United States. Oh my God, that's Jesus Christ. So, in other words, it sounds like all of these people were legal immigrants. Um, some had been detained in ICE facilities for a week. At least one was held for over a year. Jesus Christ. Um, the first person to notice them upon their release in Nilin checkpoint on January 21st was Mohammed Kanan, a university professor who lives near the crossing. At 11 a.m., I saw a group of men walking toward my house wearing light gray pajamas, like the ones worn by Palestinian prisoners in Israeli prisons, he told 972 in The Guardian. These tracksuits came from ICE, obviously. I was shocked to see them. The Israeli army does not usually release prisoners at this checkpoint. This Palestinian worker waits outside Nilin checkpoint as Israeli settlements. Hashemin can be seen in the background of the occupied West Bank. Oh yeah, there's the what is it? Hashmonaim. I think I've heard this settlement name before, but obviously, listen, it's really fucking late and all the Israelis are asleep, so nobody's gonna be able to come in here and correct me on my pronunciations. Unfortunately, people will get the wrong message about this and think it's Zog. Well, I mean, yeah. But Hanan said the men were cold when they arrived at his house. They were not wearing jackets or coats, and the weather was very cold and windy that day, he recounted. They stayed at my place for 2 hours, during which I fed them and called their families, who either came to pick them up or arranged transportation for them. According to Kanan, it had been so long since the men had been in contact with their families due to prolonged detention in ICE facilities that some of them were considered missing. Their families were so happy to hear their voices, he said. One mother started screaming and crying over the phone. Insomniac, are you out there? I very much doubt that Insomniac is awake right now. I mean, he might be, but. Whoa, hang on, Chase. Um, yeah. Okay. You know what? We are gonna watch this other thing while I play some games for like, I don't know, an hour or so or whatever. I slept way too long after I ended stream. I like basically slept until 6. Which is not good. I should not be doing that. Um, it's kind of fucked. W Games. Are you saying people will blame the Jews? Well, yeah, obviously people are going to blame the Jews. Yeah, you're right, Tuckman. Naps are indeed risky. They're not usually. I only nap for like an hour when I take a nap, but oof, not good. Um, okay. Um, fuck, what am I even doing? Hour and 36 minutes. We can definitely watch this. Okay, so um a resident of Ramon confirmed that that 2 men originally from the West Bank town were on the first deportation flight. He added that at least 4 more young men from the town who are living in the United States are currently being held by U.S. authorities, with fears growing that they may be deported as well. Several immigration attorneys expressed shock and concern about the flight's noting that deportations of Palestinians via Israel have been exceedingly rare in the past, and that facilitating deportations in occupied territory may constitute a violation of international law. Oof, not good. Aside from the many irregularities with deportation of 8 Palestinians on a private jet and no due process, this transfer also violates the principle of non refoulement. What's this? What? Forcible return of refugees or asylum seekers to a country where they are liable to be subjected to persecution. Refoulement? Refoulement? Okay, cool. It's a fucking French word. Um, which prohibits the return, the principle of non-refoulement, which prohibits the forcible return of individuals to a country where there are substantial grounds for believing that the person would be at risk of irreparable harm upon return, including persecution, torture, ill treatment, or other serious human rights violations. Gisao Nia, director of the Strategic Litigation Project at the Atlantic Council, explained. Oh, based. The Atlantic Council seems to generally be pretty based. The city is before is Hashmo Naim. Hashmo Naim. That sounds right. Hashmo Naim. That sounds correct. That sounds familiar because I've heard people talk about that settlement before. But yes, this is terrifying if this is true. How are you sleeping during the day? Only P. What happens is I don't get enough sleep at night because then I go to bed way later than I fucking should. And by way later, I mean I go to bed at like midnight and then I wake up at like 7:30 in the morning or 8:30 and then like yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that like I should be going to bed way earlier than I am and I'm not. Um and then at some point the tiredness hits me. Also, if I don't take my Adderall or my Vyvanse, then I'm basically fucked. Kalinda, that's like 8 hours. Uh yeah, well, actually it's not entirely that because I set my alarm to wake me up at 5:30 because that I wanted to start getting up earlier so that I could start stream earlier, like so that I could get in some stream time before Learner Box. But it seems like that's not a great way to go about things. Uh Also, Destiny is right. When it comes to the fucking that shit, I am basically gonna argue against that. Although I am gonna push back about against him on the whole point about the Donbass. Weekend streams are great, at least. I agree. Yeah, no, the weekend streams are my best stream time. That's when like I'm gonna get the best viewers. Basically, streaming when Loner Box is in here and stepping into shoes. That's definitely like the best time for me to stream. Especially if I start doing it in the morning, because then I can get stream time in before Destiny starts his stream. Um, and if there's points where Destiny is gone, then usually that's generally pretty good. But yeah, that's when I can get COG in. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Are you part time? Only PM. I part time. I mean, no, I'm actually trying to do this like full time. Like, I would like to make a living out of this because right now I don't have any other job. Although I should probably get like some kind of part time job, and I have been looking. There just isn't a lot of stuff available. But and also right now, like I'm okay. I got like a bunch of money saved. It's just that I would rather. It'd be nice not to do that. It'd be nice to you know, uh, yeah. The weekend stream. Oh, that's your job, AF. But no, right now I am kind of treating this like my job. I'm just waiting to the point where I can make more, you know. Like I'm getting there, I guess. This time of night is not really a great time for like streaming because I guess like first of all the Europeans are asleep and all the Israelis are asleep and that just leaves like the Americans and a lot of them are just watching Destiny it seems and the Canadians I guess however many of us there are but yeah it does just seem like there's not a whole lot of us you know so are the Americans. Wait, Fellrunner, did you make IRI mad? He big times chat, don't take it personal. What did you do to IRI, Fellrunner? Also, I keep forgetting, I feel like IRI appeals to a different audience than I do. Like, because IRI kind of has a sort of different kind of content, at least when he streams in the evening. Obviously, during the day, he does those TikTok debates, which I was going to say I would like to get in on that, but I don't know what the fuck is going on with TikTok. I may have just expressed distrust in the election process. Uh-oh. Not good. Oh, wait, in what way? You mean specifically under Trump? He said I sound like my girlfriend is going to cheat on me when oh my god. Okay. He was calling out people in general. I see. Did he ban you? IRI generally doesn't seem to tolerate like a lot. Like he generally speaking, it just seems like he'll mostly just ban people. But I was saying level 4 shit. Okay. Yeah, in the evening, IRI is watching news. Yeah, like he'll just watch news segments. And like he might like and he watches C-SPAN. Yeah. Behold the Fourth Reich. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. Okay, hold on. Fuentes, Nico, Myron. That's Andrew Tate, I think. Why is Andrew Tate wearing pink? What the fuck? That's not very masculine. Oh, and this is Clav. By the way, I just want to say that fucking Clav guy. I honestly, honest to God, I feel bad for this dude. This fucking clavicular guy. Like, just the fact that he, like, with all the looks maxing shit. Like, I listened to Destiny, watch that Turkey Tom video. Oh, you can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't hear it. Because that I muted my, the, fucking desktop shit. But no, I feel really bad for like, for this guy. Because this guy is gonna, like, fuck his whole life up. He probably, in a lot of ways, already has. He's gonna fuck his health up, you know. Alright, putting my girl to bed, but I'll keep listening, but see y'all tomorrow if I don't see you. Alright, sure thing. Bye, Forerunner. Or at least bye from the chat. Yeah, like, this guy's gonna fuck his whole life up. Like, the fucking, all the shit that he's doing to himself, all the drugs that he's taking, and the fact that he wants to take limb lengthening surgery. If you guys go look up, like, that's the surgery to make yourself taller, that shit is nightmare fuel inducing. It's insane. Like, the kind of shit that they do. And, like, there are stories of people who, like, are just, like, in constant pain because they went and they did that stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure that the, that surgery involves, like, essentially breaking your legs and then, like, inserting, things into your bones so that they can make you taller. It's fucking insane. Don't feel bad for him. A billionaire is inviting him to a party. Whatever he is doing, he is winning, and it is serving his role very well. I mean that I feel bad for him that he got on that whole weird looks maxing path. Because, like, he doesn't seem like he necessarily is even a bad-looking dude. Obviously, he probably has some crazy beliefs, and he's probably, like, a very stupid person, but, although then again, that was, by the way, a lot of that opinion that I had about him was before I knew that he was hanging out with these fucking guys. I embrace our cyberpunk, Ripper Doc future. Okay, bye, Forerunner. Stretching your bones basically out. Yeah, it's terrible. If you look it up on Wikipedia, like, it is nightmare fuel. That shit is just, ugh. Of course he's stupid. Look at his friends. Oh my god. Do we think that that Myron even believes any of this shit, or is he just doing this to like get people angry? I can't tell.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
By the way, I just want to say Fuentes looks so out of place here. What the actual fuck? Okay, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to get copyright cucked. Like, there's also no reason. This was the song that they just kept playing over and over again, by the way. They don't look like they're enjoying anything. I mean, Fuentes in particular looks incredibly awkward. Oh, this is a video that Chase sent me because that Chase hates me and wants me to suffer. It's from that night when Fuentes and Tate and Sneeko and Myron all went partying at the club together.
Oh, we're here? We should have kept it going.
And they stream it. And then, like, I guess, and they kept requesting that song be played. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. If I was in that van, I would feel like there's a non-zero chance I get killed with the cameras. Yeah. Yeah, somebody kept requesting that song. I think it was Andrew Tate, actually, and later Sneeko got mad at him for it, that they kept making that, like, they kept having that song get played over and over again. Not even for being Jewish, just because they don't want to take Viagra. Wait, are you Jewish, Conduit? Not that, you don't have to say. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. Look at them cosplaying as famous people. True! Ah, you are. I see. We've been over this. Have we? I don't remember. I know that Mantis is Jewish, because I'm pretty sure she's, like, basically said that she is. Although Mantis also says that she's a whole bunch of different things. I don't know if she's being serious or not. The United States is bound by international treaties that explicitly prohibit this, including the Convention Against Torture. She continued, therefore, the U.S. violated this principle in sending Palestinian asylum seekers and Palestinians with other statuses back on a flight to Israel, where they face persecution. Yeah, I mean, this is the same shit, though, with regards to sending all those people to fucking CCOT. They also violated it there, too. Israeli border police officers violently arrest a Palestinian near the Beit El checkpoint north of Ramallah, occupied West Bank. Okay. Fuentes has the appearance of a very smackable toddler. True, he does. He just looked so awkward a lot of the time during that whole thing. Like, I don't think that he's the kind of person who normally goes out to the club in the same way as, like, a lot of those other people do. Mantis is a bug, clearly. You know what? You're right. True. That is true. You're right. This was a wild evening, and the next day on Twitter, I mean, Sneeko was fucking crying about like them playing the Hail Hitler song over and over again, I think. I don't even know, where is Sneeko at in his ideological journey? Does he still LARP as a Muslim, or did he like drop all that? Of course not. He is an incel, therefore incompatible with interacting with other humans, especially women. By the way, Nick Fuentes is not an incel. Nick Fuentes is a volcel, okay? He needs to stop saying he's an incel. He is not involuntarily celibate. He is voluntarily celibate because he hates women. And, I mean, maybe he's gay. Or maybe he's asexual. I don't know. Destiny brought that up before. And, like, that might be true. It's very possible that he is just asexual and he just doesn't care about sex. I don't fucking know. To be fair, almost all of these people are volcel. All of those people are volcel. Yeah, probably. At least, like, those Groper type people, yeah. Or they love cat boys. I don't know. I mean, Nick Fuentes' weird fascination with cat boys is kind of another... But... the Israeli state's role in transferring these individuals from Ben Gurion Airport to the West Bank also implicates them in this violation. He added, additionally, if Ireland and Bulgaria had knowledge that the private jet was carrying these individuals, The refueling stops also raises questions as to the intermediary responsibility of these countries. Israeli human rights lawyer Michael Safard described the flights as an exceptional case. I don't know of any case where Palestinians were able to reach the West Bank through Ben Gurion Airport, not even humanitarian cases, with the exception of IPs. As such, he said he thinks some kind of specific interest made this possible. According to Haaretz, the deportation followed an unusual request from Washington to Israel and were approved by Israel's Shin Bet security service. Yeah, this must have been because the U.S. applied some sort of, I don't know. Everything I knew was in the U.S. Mahar Awad, 24, was one of the 8 men on the first deportation flight. My life was beautiful, he told 972 magazine and The Guardian from his family's home in Ramon, near Ramallah. And in American accented English, I was feeling safe and secure in the United States until ICE arrested me. Jesus, 24 years old. Did he grow up in America? He said he moved almost a decade ago from the West Bank to Kalamazoo, Michigan, where his uncle was already living. He finished high school there. Oh my God. So he came as like a fucking teenager. That's crazy. He finished high school there before starting to work at his family's popular shawarma shop, among other family businesses. He did not have a green card, but said he had obtained a social security number while applying for one. He also paid taxes and acquired a driver's license. He met his partner, 26-year-old Sandra McMyler, a few years ago, and they planned to get married. Everything I knew, everything I experienced was in the United States, he said. God, I really hope that after Trump is out of office, like that many of these people are going to be able to come back. Shawarma. Now I'm fucking hungry. Fuentes would make a good cat boy. Oh, wasn't there some drama a while back where a couple dudes who met Fuentes at a conservative convention accused him of shining a black light on the couch they slept on, and that Fuentes picks up conservative men at events? Or young conservative men at events. I don't know if the second one is true, but I remember the story about the black light. But I think that was part of yeah, that was like Fuentes' former roommate made that accusation because he was like I guess Fuentes was super mad at the idea that his roommate was having sex or something, and that apparently that was like a thing that he was doing, that he was checking for cum stains. Yeah, and like that roommate was also a groiper as well too, so there was this weird falling out. But maybe it was the roommate. Maybe it was the roommate that made that accusation. I don't know. And then there was also apparently a leaked video of Fuentes from his phone, like browsing like trans porn or something. But I don't know if that was ever confirmed that it was his or not. But yeah. In February 2025, Awad called the police to report a break-in, but when they arrived, they arrested him apparently in connection to a domestic violence charge from 2024. Which both he and McMyler, whom it involved, said had been dropped. He was detained for 2 days in the local jail. When he walked out, he was picked up by ICE. The criminal charge was later dismissed. For almost a year, he was moved between different detention centers before being put on a flight to Israel. ICE agents, he said, confiscated his Palestinian passport and his phone and did not return them. When he was stopped at an Israeli military checkpoint recently, all he had to show them was a Michigan driver's license. Upon returning to the U.S., authorities planned to deport him back to the West Bank. He said he expressed strong objections to ICE agents and a judge, but they just forced me to go, he explained. It's scary. I really don't want to be here. I'd rather be in a different country than my country right now because of everything that's going on. And then there's like a link. Oh, about the settler stuff. Shortly before Awad was detained, McMyler, who already had 2 children of her own, became pregnant with his son, who was born 4 months ago. Awad has not yet met him. Jesus Christ. It just ate me up every single day, he said, of missing the birth. Every time I go to sleep, I look at his photos and I just cry. In addition to his partner and son, Awad's brother, sister, and uncle remain in the United States, all of whom he said have legal status. He just wants his son. He wants his family, McMyler told 972 and The Guardian from Michigan. He wants to be able to help me take care of the baby. He wants to hold him, kiss him, talk to him. My other kids miss him, she added, describing how she has struggled without Awad for the past year. I want my family back together. Yeah, this is like fucking insane that they would just do this. This, by the way, is like the kind of shit that I mean. Like this is the level of cruelty that I was referring to when I was talking to Ash. You know, like about this idea of like doing shit like this, like breaking up families or like just getting rid of people. I mean, like this person clearly didn't fucking do anything. And I'm sorry, but like I don't think a domestic violence charge that she dropped against him is like enough, you know. This would have happened under Kalama, under Kamala. Under Kamala. Jesus. Sorry, I had to say the line. Yeah. Oh, by the way, apparently there's a chance that Kamala might try to run in the midterms. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but whatever. Samir Zaidan, a 47-year-old grocery worker, originally from the town of Bir Nabala, also near Ramallah, was on the same deportation flight as Awad. His uncle, Khalid, told 972 and The Guardian that Zayden had lived in Louisiana for over 2 decades with his wife, who was also a Palestinian from the West Bank and a U.S. citizen. They have 5 children together, who all have U.S. passports. According to his uncle, Zaydan had a green card, but allowed it to expire without renewing it. His parents and 3 of his siblings also live in the United States. Lead said Zaydan, who served prison time around a decade ago, was in ICE detention for about 1.5 years, during which time he was transferred between several facilities. He was notified about the deportation flight 2 months in advance. Like Awad, he said ICE agents confiscated Zaydan's ID and Palestinian passport and never returned. Zaydan told his uncle that he was shackled by his hands and wrists from the minute he left the ICE prison until he got out of the car at the checkpoint near Nilin. During the flight, his uncle said he ate by moving his face toward the plate. When he needed to use the bathroom, they allowed him to remove one wrist and ankle from the shackles. God damn. According to his uncle, Zaydan was made to sign documents authorizing his deportation, which he regrets doing. He told me that if he had not signed the papers, he wouldn't have been able somehow to renew his green card. He told me that if he had not signed the papers, he would have been able somehow to renew his green card, Khalid said. Now he cannot go back to the United States. His whole family is there. God damn. Opaque system without responsibility. The tail of the private jet used for the 2 recent deportation flights bears the emblem of Dazer Development, a property company established by Israeli-American developer Michael Dazer, and today run by his son, Gil Dazer. The Dazers have been business partners of Donald Trump since the early 2000s. I hope they didn't make him take LL. Yeah, I remember ZJM. Those first few campaign weeks were so euphoric. Remember when we were all talking about joy? Like, how good? Yeah, it sucks. I have horrible premonition that the USA's first female president will be some conservative mama bear type, and then conservatives will rub it in the faces of liberals for decades to come. See, all you had to do was run a normal woman. Jesus, that's fucking... Like, Kamala was a normal woman. That's insane. Like, if they did that. But of course, I know what you're saying, Noble Cactus. I assume by normal woman you mean a white woman. And not anything else, you know. Hard to know, but I'm hoping for a Obama. In 2008, people figured Hillary, but Obama upset in 2028. But Tellerico seems less promising today than a week ago. I haven't looked into Tellerico at all. Just got done arguing about this in David's Discord. Wait, arguing about what? About these deportations? President Kirk, please no. God damn. You know what? I don't think Erica Kirk would make it in politics, you know. Not really arguing. Why, were they saying some crazy shit in there? It would surprise me if any of them were in favor of this. Just talking. Okay. Wait, was it about this? I don't think she has the guts or connections, thankfully. Well, I mean, TPUSA has lots of connections, but yeah, I don't really think that this is a thing that is necessarily going to go anywhere. You know, she's probably more comfortable running her dead husband's media empire. True. By the way, I just want to say that phone call that Candace Owens, or not phone call, that Zoom link that Candace Owens shared from Erica Kirk, that was like a gigantic nothing burger. I think I listened to Dylan listen to it, and he played it before he commented on it. And like as I was listening, I was like, is this it? This seems, she just sounds normal. Like, you know, like what is it that people want? Were they expecting her to just cry constantly? And thankfully Dylan like agreed with the same take that I had, because otherwise I was just gonna say, what game am I? Oh, it's Marvel Rivals. I'm sorry, hold on, I can just mute it for now. Melinda, thanks for summoning Nebraska Steve. Always fun to watch. LOL cathartic. It is true. That's true. Although I feel like I don't think I did that. I think Destiny is just Nebraska Steve a lot of the time. Like I think Nebraska Steve has been back for a while now. Let's be real. Actually, he's no longer Nebraska Steve. He's Miami Steve. He's been Miami Steve since the assassination attempt on Trump. Yeah, so when you lose a loved one, you don't spend every day crying. Yeah, exactly. It's just a stupid, I don't know. It's just dumb. Candace Owens is just reaching. Candace Owens is going to milk this Charlie Kirk shit for like, and from now until the end of time, until she finds some new bullshit. President Owens playing the long game. Oh, God. Coming from the top rope with a steel chair of state socialism. Someone in David's server said, didn't the shackling happen in the first deportations? And another said, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, okay. I mean, the shackling did happen in the first deportations. This happened when they sent those people to CCOT. Except they weren't sent on a nice private jet. Not that it fucking matters. Imagine how many snarkers would vote for President Owens, though. I think Candace Owens is grifting. She is 100% grifting. I just don't believe that, like, she believes any of the shit that she says. I mean, maybe she's, especially since I feel like she grew up in a liberal family, but yeah, I think she's grifting. I think Massey might run in the future. Yeah, oh yeah, he might. Vice President Bannon, stop. A lot of people love her, though. Foes, it matters that much, so it doesn't. Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter that much if she's grifting. Yeah, she did used to be liberal, Johan. That's what I mean. She used to be a liberal a long time ago, and then progressives were mean to her online, and she became a conservative because she saw an opportunity to get in with Milo because Milo was nice to her. And then, like, she became a standard, like, you know, Daily Wire conservative. And, like, that went on for a while. And then she saw that, like, she could, or I guess she thought she could make more money, or she saw that she could make more money by grifting hard to the right. And so she turned into an insane anti-Semite. And like, and then she left the Daily Wire, and now she runs her own show where she traffics ridiculous conspiracy theories. And there is no, I don't believe that she believes any of this shit. She just doesn't have, like, I think that Willie proved it as well too. And yeah, but I mean, I look forward to the hopefully eventual Conduit. I watched 1 week of Candace Owens. Yes, D-Lit, I did talk to Destiny at the start of the stream. Basically, as soon as I fired up my stream, I went in there and started talking to him. Drew Pavlu in 20 years. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the fuck, like. A part of me wants to think that Drew legitimately thinks that he's gonna, or like Drew actually like has this weird complex about how he's actually like doing something good for the world, or that he actually feels like he's like saving free speech or some shit. But at the same time, he obviously, even if it's unconscious, very clearly wants people to pay attention to him. Anyway, the Deezers have been business partners with Donald Trump since early 2000s. They have built 6 Trump-branded residential towers in Miami, Florida, and filings show they have jointly donated more than million to his presidential campaigns. Gil Deezer's extravagant 50th birthday party last year featured performers dressed as Trump. What the fuck? What? Performers dressed as Trump? These crazy billionaires, man. Oh, I saw him. Okay. That's all right. His website notes he is a member of the Florida Friends of the Israel Defense Forces, a U.S. nonprofit that fundraises for the Israeli military. Deezer spoke of his love for the president in a recent interview. I've known him now for 20 something years. I was at his wedding. He was at my wedding. We're good friends. Very proud that he's in the office. Very proud of the job he's doing. Ugh. Oh, this is Trump Tower by Deezer Development in Sunny Isles, Florida. Damn. Look at that shit. Actually, that doesn't necessarily look that bad, but the flights come as the Trump administration has ramped up efforts to deport large numbers of more than 10 million undocumented immigrants living in the United States. To this end, ICE chartered Deezer's aircraft, which he has previously described as my favorite toy, through Journey Aviation, a Florida-based company frequently contracted by federal agencies to provide access to a fleet of private jets. Journey declined to comment on the deportation flights to Israel. According to Human Rights First, our HRF, which tracks deportation flights, Deezer's jet has made 4 other removal flights since October to Kenya, Libya, Guinea, and Eswatini. I don't know that last one. Who else lived in Florida who was Jewish? They bought 747 MAX 9s from Spirit Airlines, which had the engines removed. It was very funny. Wait, what? Really? When they bought the 37s, they did not know how they had no engines. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. Dan does live in Florida, and Dan is indeed Jewish. No Jews in Florida. Actually, apparently there's quite a few Jews that live in Florida. The engine is 50% of the plane's. Wait, so these dumbasses got scammed and bought these planes and they didn't have engines? Yeah, airlines strip engines from planes before they sell them as a standard practice because the engines are half the plane's value, and many airlines keep their engines for spare parts. Oh, okay. I see. But the DHS had no idea because they are the DHS, not an airline. Why the fuck the DHS needs 737s? Well, it's so that they can do those deportation flights, I guess. That is really funny though. That like nobody knew that, and I guess like nobody thought to ask, or like did nobody look at the airplanes to check to make sure before they went and bought them? What the fuck? Or did they go look at them before that and not realize that the engines were going to get taken out? Yeah, I would like to ask Floridians whether they prefer Cubanos or pastrami sandwiches. A lot of old New York Jews go to Florida in retirement. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Dan talks about them a lot. He has funny stories. They probably didn't ask the right question. True. Oh yeah, my parents are snowbirds. Or at least they were until like, the US started doing all this weird shit. But yeah, they are snowbirds. They like to go to they like to go down to South Carolina during the winter so they can play golf, and like they'll rent out like a condo and stuff. In 2017, or maybe it was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018 that was when I first shot guns. I went down there to visit them. Um Oh, thanks, Epic. Kristi Noem reportedly tried to buy 10 engineless Spirit Airlines planes that airline didn't own. What the fuck? Okay, you know what? This is very obvious incompetence. Like, just like, it's because she's stupid and she has no idea what she's doing. Oh no. The Secretary of U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Kristi Noem, reportedly authorized the purchase of Spirit Airlines jets before discovering the airlines didn't actually own the planes and that the aircraft lacked engines. The bizarre anecdote was contained in a Wall Street Journal report released on Friday, which recounted how Noem and Corey Lewandowski, who managed Donald Trump's first winning presidential campaign, had recently arranged to buy 10 Boeing 737 aircraft from Spirit Airlines. People familiar with the situation told the paper that the two intended to use the jets to expand deportation flights and for personal travel. Oh, of course, you know. These sources also claimed Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials had cautioned them that buying planes would be far more expensive than simply expanding existing flight contracts. Yeah, but of course these fucking morons are like, no, we're gonna buy some airplanes instead of just Jesus Christ. So we can also use them for personal travel. You know, we're gonna buy airplanes on the taxpayer's dime. Complicating matters further, Spirit, who filed for bankruptcy protection for the second time in August, did not own the jets and their engines would have had to be bought separately. The plan has since been paused, according to the Journal. Meanwhile, Democrats on the House Appropriations Committee said in October that during this fall's record-long government shutdown, the DHS has already acquired 2 Gulfstream jets for $200 million. Oh my God. It has come to our attention that in the midst of a government shutdown, the United States Coast Guard entered into a sole source contract with Gulfstream Aerospace Corporation to procure 2 new G700 luxury jets in support to support travel for you and the Deputy Secretary at the cost to the taxpayer of $200 million. Democratic Representative Rosa DeLauro and Lauren Underwood wrote in a letter to the DHS. Oh yeah. Luxury jets for yes, because you know the government officials need to fly on like the nicest of shit. A DHS spokesperson told the Journal that parts of its reporting about the plane purchases were inaccurate, but declined to provide additional clarification. Oh man. They wanted 737s for personal trial. First, it's so wild. Most NFL teams don't have 37s. Wait, are 737s like fucking hold on. These are nice planes, right? I mean, these are passenger airliners. How many people? A twin aisle narrow body commercial twin jet that can move around 200 people. It costs so much money to maintain and operate a private plane like that. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, NFL teams are not 200. Yeah, okay. So these things are huge. And there's like tons of people on these flights. Yeah, okay. Third generation. A larger one, the third generation upgraded glass cockpit and seat 108 to 215 passengers. 138 to 204 people from 2017. Boeing business jet versions have been produced since these 737NG as well as military models. I wonder if they tried to buy the business jets. Airlines have no issues because they have a huge staff of pilots and maintainers, but for a private person to have pilots on staff and mechanics, it's incredibly expensive and inefficient. Not that they're private, but it's the same general concept. Yeah, it's very weird. Although the Gulfstream thing is also even more insane. Because these motherfuckers were like, we want to buy luxury Gulfstream jets for $200 million so that we can fly around the country with them. The 747-800 is literally the largest plane Boeing has ever built, and Trump has one for no reason. Wait, is that the plane that the Qataris gave him? Oh yeah, that's right. The 747-800. I just read your thing above. Yeah, that's the one that Qatar gave him. Yeah, the one that's going to take it like forever for them to fucking check, to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it and to actually get it ready and make it secure and everything before like Trump will even be able to use it. Like, I'd like, what is it going to take like 2 years or something to make it even ready? It will never be VC-25. That's a meme. Trump is just keeping it. Oh, okay. So it's never actually going to replace Air Force One. It's just a blatant lie that it will be. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, everybody forgot about that. So that doesn't even matter now. He's just never going to get in trouble for that. I feel like that's something that he should probably be impeached over, because that's insane. As well as like any other corrupt shit. Air Force One is not just a Boeing 747, it's a special aircraft. Yeah, aren't they supposed to build him a new one soon? Oh yeah, Boeing is building the new Air Force One right now. Okay, yeah. Oh, they're making two. The conversation with Destiny lying about his community was earlier. I mean, I listen, Phineas. I understand. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think a lot of the shit that people are talking about comes from the fact that everybody is really mad right now. Everyone is angry and upset about the shit that the Trump administration is doing. And I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to say. Like, it's just, yeah, like right now we are in an insane time and a government is doing insane shit and the Republican Party is just letting him do it. Oh, Chase, Phineas was the person that was upset with me. Or not upset with me, sorry. Like, I think Phineas is mad about like the kind of stuff that DGG is posting on their subreddit and stuff. I'm joking, by the way. I just like to tease Kalinda and make fun of Devil. Wait, where did you say? Oh, aspiring devil. In the title, clickbait, or are you trying to pass Devos off as Destiny again, Kalinda? That was funny. Destiny said his subreddit doesn't promote misinformation because it's toxic or something. He cited it as a guardrail. Wait, did he say that in his conversation with me? I don't think that there was anything about that in there. We didn't even discuss that. Sorry, I was going to bring up Greenland with him, and I forgot about that. There's always so much shit. But bed posting is way more common in other communities, but it's no surprise why it's prevalent in the past year in a lot of communities. Yeah, I know. Well, on the subreddit, obviously, they're going to hardcore police the extent to which people can fed post, because your subreddit can get nuked for that shit. And yeah, yes, check the transcript. He specifically said you can't start with misinformation because it's spread out of control. Oh, good night, said JM. Yes, do not fed. Do not fed. It was overtalked, so you might not have heard it. Yeah, potentially. I don't know. He was pretty upset in that conversation. But like, I guess like ultimately at the end of the day, I was satisfied by the fact that like I think that he like, no, he's not in favor of like killing conservatives or any of that shit. He's just his position is that Republicans or is that Democrats should be fighting like harder in order to like protect things, and that they should be willing to, you know, like do more crazy political maneuvering or whatever. And yeah. Plenty of posts on r/Destiny call for violence. I mean, like, listen, Phineas, I'm not necessarily saying that that's not true. It's very possible that they do, but they sure as fuck aren't openly doing it, because if they did, that shit would get banned hardcore. People know exactly what is meant by "I will not violate TOS." I mean, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Phineas. Like, do you not understand that people are really fucking mad right now? People are angry. And I understand why they're angry. And I feel like they have a right to be angry. But he says he isn't in favor of violence, but constantly dog whistles it. It's bullshit. Oh no, listen, okay? I think that if somebody killed Donald Trump tomorrow, I don't necessarily think that Destiny would be that mad about it. But he's obviously not going to say that on stream. Like, it's hard to have a conversation about that when you are on a platform. And unfortunately, when like YouTube and the federal government is basically looking for any excuse to like come down on you hard, then he should own the fucking position, just call for violence instead of putting on a fig leaf and saying you are against violence. I mean, Phineas, do you understand that like nobody can actually do that? If any Democratic influencer did that, then they would be in so much trouble and the fucking FBI would be knocking at their door right now. Like, I don't understand what you expect. Then don't virtue signal about being against violence. Listen, I can't tell you how he actually really feels about that because he couldn't even, like, I expect all of this from them because they are all pieces of shit. I don't know. This has nothing to do with being surprised. I mean, like, you know what, Phineas? I feel like there's an interesting conversation that could potentially be had here about this kind of shit. No, he's not a Hassan fan. He's a Republican, but he's like a never Trump Republican, I guess. Phineas is not a Hassan fan, you guys. Absolutely not. Don't smear him like that. Jesus Christ. Phineas is an interesting person, but like, listen, I guess like Phineas, the thing is that the question that I would ask is like, at what point does violence become okay? At what point does it become okay to like rise up against the governments? I expect them to cheer for violence in coded ways. I expect them to spread disinformation. I expect them to do some actual groundwork come election time. They are going to do actual groundwork come election time. Also, I don't understand, what disinformation are you referring to? Yeah, we have had interesting convos in Discord. But yeah, I mean, like, when you are at this point where like your country is being run by a bunch of people who quite literally, if they could get away with it, would destroy American democracy, then like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you should expect. Lying about Erica Kirk, lying about JD Vance, lying about Qatari air bases. That I feel like wait, what were people lying about Erica Kirk and JD Vance? Also, I don't think people were lying about Qatari air bases. I think that was something that people were genuinely misinformed on, and they were so ready to read the thing. Like let's not like say that people are just lying just to lie. Like let's maybe be a little bit careful about that, because you're just talking about like ordinary people here. You're talking about audience members. We're not talking about influencers. You know, like, I agree that everybody who was an influencer who talked about the Qatari airbase shit should probably have looked into it more to find out that it's not the case, you know. But yeah, is this one of those I'm a never Trumper? But no, he is not. He is not. He actually is not. He is not a fan of Donald Trump. He does not like Trump. Destiny doesn't think political violence is bad. Destiny thinks saying political violence is bad is politically advantageous right now. Phineas also thinks I think that Destiny doesn't believe, but yeah, and that's not something that I'm ever really going to be able to talk him out of. So but I don't like. I mean, and honestly, at the end of the day, like, there's no way to like if you're engaging in if you're like mind reading someone and like you've decided things about them, you're not really gonna be able to talk them out of that thing. So whatever, I don't fucking know. I mean, in a way, like I'm engaging in mind reading of fucking Candace Owens. Well, that's why he lost. You were supposed to vote. If she lost, you were supposed to vote for Kamala Harris. Good one, actual fact. But yeah, no, he did. He did vote for Kamala. Um, like, no, don't mistake me. Like Phineas is just like a conservative person, but he's not. He's not a fucking magatard. Um. Also, are we talking about the people shipping Vance and Erica? Is that the misinformation? Like, that's just people fucking shit posting. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know if anybody seriously thinks that like genuinely believes that they are together. Oh, that's another problem too, Phineas. If you are reading the Destiny subreddit, please understand that a great many posts on that subreddit are fucking shit posts. Shipping as a term needs to stop. Listen, actual facts racing. As someone who understands very well what shipping is, I wholeheartedly disagree. But although maybe outside of fandom spaces, it is very weird for me to see that term outside of like fucking women filled fandom spaces. No, the Erica Kirk thing was about how she actually hates her husband and doesn't care that he's dead and isn't mourning because she was on a Teams call with her company and laughed at a joke. Wait, were people in DGG posting that in Destiny subreddit? By the way, that's not a lie. People can think that. Like, I don't agree with that. I think that's fucking dumb. It's misogynistic. It's the kind of inference that people say that, oh, a woman killed her husband because she wasn't crying in photos and the crime scene. Yeah, I know. I understand that. Listen, I think a lot of that just comes from the fact that it's Erica. And people don't like her because she's Charlie Kirk's wife. But I think that's stupid. I think that's all stupid. I still disagree with you, Phineas. I still think that like her posting that video showing like her husband's hand or whatever while she was crying over the coffin was really fucking weird. But you know what? People mourn in their own ways. So whatever. But I think the stuff with the leaked audio is a gigantic nothing burger. Yeah, it's fine to draw negative influences regardless of the truth. Recklessness with the truth is blue mega shit. Um, I mean, like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. He never said she hates her husband, and that the Teams call was shown recently, as far as I'm aware. He said her televised talk that also sponsored the next TPUSA events was very weird and political. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Destiny himself ever talked about that. A lot of that stuff is stuff that they're. But yes, Phineas, I'm aware that the Qatari Air Bases thing, and also all anybody had to do with regards to that was just read the entirety of the fucking CNN article to find out that this was a deal that the Biden administration made with Qatar in like 2021 or something. Like this is something that they had done earlier. No, Mayim. Phineas is not the Teuton of my community. The Teuton of my community is named Fire. Fire is a communist who hates Israel, and he's in my Discord. Yeah, like I mean, like Phineas, do you agree that the next Democrat the next Democrat who gets into office should should probably run on like a I would say that Teuton is definitely more extreme than Fire, but that's also because that even though I disagree with Fire like is way better at making arguments than Teuton, and I think Fire is definitely more well read than Teuton. Teuton's primary source of information is fucking Hassan and communist and like tanky YouTube videos. Fire's actually read things. But yeah, okay, like, I just hate blue MAGA shit because they want our institutions corrupted as much as red MAGA does. They just want a 1,000-year reign for Democrats. Listen, I understand that, and I don't even disagree with that. I think that the next Democratic president should do something to get back to normal. Um, and like but at the same time, I don't know if I want to like go around fucking like tone policing people hard who are super mad right now about what is happening. Because I think that like those people should take that energy and they should use it at the polling booth in order to get Democrats elected. And they should push to get Democrats elected who are going to be fighters. Because I do want the next Democrat to pick an attorney general who will be a fighter and who will prosecute like this administration for all the insane illegal shit that they are doing. And I want him to appoint Jack Smith as a special counsel on day one and give him free reign to do whatever. And by the way, when I say him, I mean the attorney general, not the president. And I think that all this can happen without the president like directing his fucking DOJ to do shit. You are giving the exact same argument I heard in 2016 for Trump and in 2012 for the Tea Party. Wait, what are you talking about? What, you mean because Trump said that he was going to do that? But you know what the difference is, Phineas? The difference is that this administration is actually doing illegal shit. They are actually doing corrupt shit. Look, just harness the energy. What bad could happen just because they're a bit more extreme than you? I don't understand like what. Okay. Like, do you think that means that like they're still gonna? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Phineas is subscribed. Actual facts racing. Phineas has been here for a while. Phineas watches my stream sometime. At some point, everyone who is an Omega needs to come to terms with the fact that what will be required of us if Trump goes full on and starts fucking with elections. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like that's kind of another thing too. I don't know. The problem is that like unfortunately Destiny is right. We have to survive 3 more years of this shit. And it's insane. And they're already trying to fuck with the midterms. Name isn't green, fucker needs to pay this shit. I mean, listen, I'm not expecting people to become members of my channel, okay? I mean, most of the memberships in here are gifted. Which means that, like, everybody is gonna become, like, fucking, gray names, once the gifties expire. And then I'm assuming probably people are gonna swoop in and, like, buy more gifties again or some shit, because that just seems to be what happens a lot. Like, ZJM is constantly gifting, like, a bazillion things to okay. Jesus, let me play at least one game. God damn. Every federal appointee or who conspired to violate civil rights, slander victims of the government, etc., should be investigated and indicted. Rule of law. Yeah, and I think that like I think that Trump and any of the other people who were part of like any of the crazy fucking corrupt shit that he got up to should be investigated too. I never sub, but I'll always donate to people. I think do their research. I'm just poor at the moment. That's fine. I understand. Mine was gifted for sure. No offense, I was subscribed, but I watch too many streamers. No, I get it. Need grassroots patriarch to sub to the channel. I completely understand. Listen, okay, I'm not here to. Although I am gonna say I want to get that $5 a month thing and then put it on my fucking soundboard. That shit's funny. XF needs to be prosecuted for. Yeah, he absolutely does because of that fucking shit that what they did with the boats. Like, yeah, there's just. The problem is I don't know to what extent like that some of these people actually broke like laws. Oh, thank you, Actual Facts Racing, for the 10 gifties. Thank you very much. While you guys are watching Stuart adorably flash up on screen, I'm going to go and feed the real Stuart. Yes, what a lad, exactly. Is it, has become a member. Oh yeah, it doesn't say, fuck yeah, air fuel ratio. Double tap, disgusting. Yeah, that double tap shit was insane. And not even just the double tap. I think that even just hitting those votes in general, I think all of that was probably a war crime, unless they can produce fucking evidence that it wasn't. Yeah, like I don't know. There's just so much stupid shit that is happening that it's scary. I hope that the lawsuit that Georgia files, that Fulton County filed to get back their shit is I hope that that lawsuit is is successful and that the ballots get returned. AF is the donor class. Faith, true. Anyway, Phineas, I understand what you're saying. Believe me, I do. I get it. I don't. The problem is I don't know whether or not people actually agree with, or like the extent to which that people are being serious when they say this shit, or how much of it is just them venting their anger online, which is the problem. It should be at least investigated, if only to release the findings to clear the reputation of the Navy in the event that it wasn't illegal. Yeah, exactly. It should be. And I would hope that if the Democrats win only the House, I hope that they need to start like doing a bunch of like a shitload of investigations into all of this stuff. Send your thank you letters to Soros. True. All right, I'll be right back. One sec. And then we're gonna watch this, or at least I'm gonna watch some of this. I mean, it's already almost 11. I might just play a game and then go. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just gonna end stream. Because it's been, yeah. Actually, you know what? I am just gonna do that. Fuck it. Tomorrow we will watch this. Also, if there's other stuff you guys want me to cover, or if there's articles you want me to read, or news that you think that I should know about, you should post it in stream suggestions so that I can look at it tomorrow morning. Heading out to brainstorm my YouTube channel ideas with some buddies. Wish me luck, y'all. Good luck, Samuel. If you're serious. Best of luck to you there, bud. Yeah. Even though Destiny ended stream, I don't know who the fuck else is streaming right now. I don't know like where everybody. Oh wait, the view count's going up. I mean, maybe some people. I saw during my talk with him that some people subscribed. Thank you for the subs to those people if any of them are in here now. But yeah, the lawsuit transcript Destiny read today is worth a watch/read. Oh, is that the thing that he referenced earlier at the start or during my conversation with him? The thing about the ice stuff, yeah, that would be. I really like how Destiny reads stuff on stream like that. I want to start doing that. It's just it's so much harder for me to not necessarily as good at that, but yeah, I think that stuff like that is really good. Yeah, from the DOJ attorney. Okay. By the way, from earlier, when is violence justified? During a constitutional crisis without resolution, and only then. I think I think that's fair. I mean, do you think we're in a constitutional crisis right now, Epic? Because it feels like there's been a level of ongoing with regards to Trump basically blatantly violating the Constitution. He's trying to get rid of birthright citizenship. Yeah, it's just been fucking insane. It's Julie Lee hearing, and the judge was Blackwell. Okay. Yeah, I heard Destiny was reading that out, and I will definitely listen to that. I always find it. I think Destiny does a really good job of reading stuff out loud, and also like when Hulu inserts stuff, it's funny. Absolutely not. And no AG of a single state thinks we are, and I think there's a lot of retarded misinformation going around. Okay, fair enough. Trump is certainly pushing us toward one, though. Yeah, I like. What do you think would constitute a constitutional crisis? Would it perhaps be like if the Supreme Court makes a ruling and then Trump blatantly disregards it and decides to keep doing like the same shit? And we are closer to one than any time since the Civil War, so there's that, and we may get there. Oof. Like, I don't know. I'm really worried that the Supreme Court is going to strike down the tariff shit, and then Trump's going to say, fuck you, I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Or they're going to tell him, no, you can't revoke birthright citizenship, and he's going to say, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. Constitutional crisis would be, for example, when Jackson was ordered by the U.S. Supreme Court to stop Indian removal, and he said, the court has made its ruling, now let it enforce it. Oh, okay. Or the secession crisis, where the states left the union, ignoring the courts. Yeah. I would not blame Minnesotans for forming citizen militias or patrols or whatever to handle ICE going around killing people illegally if the local or state police aren't going to do it. Okay, Phineas, then yeah, like there you go. I feel like that's what a lot of people are kind of, um oh yeah, nationalized elections. If Trump actually tried to do that. Constitutional crisis is when the checks and balances have officially failed, as in it's gone to the top and failed. So with Trump, let's say he seizes a polling station and SCOTUS says he must leave. Yeah. And he refuses to withdraw. Yeah, okay. That is, yeah, all right. That's basically, that's what I was figuring. Once that happens, then you would say violence is justified. Yeah. Actually, Phineas, a lot more left-wing groups. Apparently, a lot of left-wing gun groups are reporting that that it's going up, or that like gun ownership is going up, and that more people are signing up to get educated on how to use guns, and they want to buy guns and stuff. Not justified, morally required. It becomes an obligation. Okay, yeah. You are taking level 4 without me. I remember your chats when I am put to the wall with my fellow libs 07. Oh, you are talking level 4 without me. True. Liberals finally recognizing an individual right to 2A is absolutely based. I welcome my prodigal brethren with open arms. Hey, not all libs were against 2A. Epic Fail up there is a pro 2A liberal. And there are other pro 2A liberals too, but yeah. Destiny is also a pro 2A liberal, but yeah. Shut up, Phineas. I am a liberal that sits on 1,500 rounds of 6.8 millimeter just in case. Yeah, we are all liberals, but I don't know if we all have the same opinions on the Second Amendment. Oh, we just don't realize it. True. I taught a nice trans woman the manual of arms for an AR 2 weeks ago. Based, yeah. Forgive Connor, he's anti-Trump. I mean, he is. Listen, you know what? I get it. Obviously, like there are things that I disagree with Connor about, but like I said, I do value his perspective at the very least, and I at least appreciate that he's consistent and that he didn't become a Trump dick suck like so many other conservatives. And I also appreciate you, Phineas, for also being consistent and not becoming a Trump dick suck because you are a conservative. Like, you guys are rare, okay? Conservatives who actually believe in like the values of conservatism are pretty rare now in America. Anyway, fuck. Yeah, I was gonna end. We objectively are not there yet. We are getting there though, which is freaky. Yeah, it's very scary. It's scary that there's like fucking 2 more, that there's like 3 more years of this shit. And we can only hope that like at the end of this year, like the Democrats actually do manage to win them. Conservative becoming synonymous with Republicans tells you all you need to know about what their ideology really was. Yeah, it's there's a lot of shitty stuff there. I watched a leftist creator who made a video endorsing 2A after the 2 ICE incidents. Oh, hey, based, I mean, actually, to be fair, a lot of leftists generally tend to be pro-gun, but liberals are kind of a different matter. Or at least I would assume a lot of smarter leftists are generally pro-gun, Oh. Hey. Look. Hello. Aw. Oh my god, look at like his stretchy paws. He's so cute. You can see that he has white boots on all of his paws and his white tongue. You are such a pretty kitty. Boring. Would you like to say something to the people? The GOP has not been a conservative force since the fifth party system collapsed. They were neoliberal and now they are retarded based. Would you like to say something? Would you like to say something to the people? No? Okay. I will watch this channel just for Stuart/Stuart. It's spelled the first way, but thank you. It doesn't matter. You can spell it how you guys want. I don't care that much. Aw, hi. I knew that the cat would be a big hit because the internet runs on cats. That's a nice fucking kitty right there. He's so good. He's such a good friend. He's an excellent cat. He's a huge love bug. Like if you guys were here earlier when I was talking to Destiny, I put him on my shoulder. And like he just kind of like kind of just stayed there, you know. And he's got a loud purr and he's very snuggly. He's funny. Yeah, that's my go-to vids when I get drained from politics. No, yeah, I really want to make I really want to make more YouTube videos or like more I want to make some shorts just for Stuart here. Amazing specimen, yeah. He's a big cat. Destiny was right. This cat is huge. R/cats for mental health. True. Make cat videos. Yeah. I was thinking about making another channel just for him. But maybe what I'll do is I'll just make shorts on this channel be for fucking Stuart. I don't know. That'd be cute. Or what I'll do is I'll actually make my Instagram channel be for Stuart. It'll just be for the fucking cat here. This baby. Rake in millions from Stuart shows to funnel into your research streams. And pancake videos too, maybe. Lol. One day I'll make my mom's pancake recipe on stream, because they're really good. It's just a lot. Yes, Fellrunner? By the way, my Reddit, keep your Blistines, that's, when I go on Reddit, it's half and half political subs and then like other stuff. And then also and then like the rest of it is just cat and dog subreddits. Got a motor, 6 comes early. See you later, buddy. Connor wants to do a vid with Destiny on guns for libs. You need to participate. But I don't live in America. Are you saying that I should go to America and like what? Be the lib that they're teaching how to shoot weapons? I mean, like, I do know how to shoot a gun. Isn't Kalinda like hundreds of miles north of them? I mean, like, I am, but honestly, going to Florida would actually be pretty easy, or it's a shorter flight than going to Texas. But if I was going to go to the U.S., I'd probably also then stop over in Texas. I don't know though. I want to go back to the States, but like it's funny because that I can go if I fucking want to. But yeah, my parents are like super insane. Why would you go to the DeSantis regime? Are you crazy? Well, no, it's because Fellrunner is saying that like I should I should go there and participate in content related to Connor and Destiny making a stream for gun or for libs on guns. Who else could fight but Kalinda? No, fight back but Kalinda. No, so the thing is that I would like to go to the States. I really would. There is a part of me though that is afraid that if I go to America, I'm gonna like get a bunch of shit from ICE, or not from ICE, from like customs and from like customs or whatever, or that like they won't let me in or any of that kind of shit, you know. But I feel like that's probably silly. Anyone who wants to restrain the government is spiritually American. Oh god, that might give me brain rot. No offense to yourself, but that group at that range. What, you mean Destiny and Connor? I would also be afraid for you. It probably is silly, but we live in silly times. Yeah, I know, right? But like I want to go back. Buy as much alligator Alcatraz merch as possible. Will make immigration easier, sadly. Connor might know a bit guns about actually. No, Connor does know a lot about guns. So does Destiny. They both own like a bunch of guns. I've seen Destiny talk about guns, and it makes you want to die. Oh, okay. I mean, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Destiny does not know a lot about guns. No, okay. Wait, are you talking about like how guns work, or are you talking about him talking about the Second Amendment? Because that's a different thing. In terms of him talking about the Second Amendment, believe me, SDA can tell you that Destiny is retarded about the Second Amendment, or at least that's what he thinks. Oh, he doesn't know about how guns work. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's weird because he does have guns and he's taking them apart. I've seen him do gun shopping on stream. He does not know much about guns. Well, shit. Like less than I think a gun owner should know. Rip. I know he knows how to shoot. Listen, I don't know much about guns either, so I don't have any room to talk, okay? I kind of wonder if SDA would agree with that, because he will often rant to me, at least about Destiny's 2A takes. But, I mean, he might think the same thing, honestly. He might also think that Destiny doesn't know as much as he should about guns. Look, not everyone needs to be a gun guy. I'm just saying, hearing him talk about guns again, I can't. I mean, Connor probably knows a lot more. Yes, Connor was a Marine, and he was a cop. And yeah, he shot a bunch of different guns before. Or at least I think I've seen him do that. He definitely owns like at least more than one. If you've taken a gun apart, you know how guns work. You put the explodey pod in the shooty tube and pull the blasty button. Yeah, so Connor should be an expert on guns and crayons. The Marine rifle school is amazing. Those guys learn good. Okay. Yeah. No, he probably is. And he's also probably an expert on crayons, because I guess Marines eat crayons or something. I understand the joke here is that I'm assuming is this a joke in the rest of the military that Marines are retarded? Is that the or that they're like, you know, it's the only branch like that, even the pilots and cooks? Interesting. He has confessed to the crayon part. Well, I know that he's joked about that. The crayons have intercepted every other part of my brain besides his gun and 40k knowledge. Like, I'm pretty sure Connor has said on stream before that Marines are retarded before following it up with I was a Marine, so, you know. I mean, I guess obviously that's like the that's the joke, right? Yeah. But he can be retarded at all tracks. It's like a prideful self-report. True. I will need to buy a varmint gun sometime in the next year. You know what I want? I want one of these. I know that this isn't, you know, like because I shot this when I went to visit SDA. He has one of these. This is a nice, compact, sexy weapon. If I was gonna get a gun, I would probably get one of these guys. The Walther PPK. Yeah, so here's the basics. Marines are retards who eat crayons. Special forces are trans furries. Air Force is pen pushers that fly an office to work. Navy is homosexual. Army is for college dropouts. The big difference between the soldier and the Marine is that the soldier dropped out of college and the Marine dropped out of high school. Okay. Special Force or not Special Force? Or oh, Space Force. You said Space Force. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah. Space Force or transferees. That's awesome. Wait, how many people are in the Space Force, like, actually? Is that even, like, a big thing? Space Force is around 15,000, smallest branch. Okay. Marines are second smallest. They all work in Nora. Look at that. It's so nice. Guns.com. How much are these anyway? Although these are obviously going to be due to increased legislation around firearms, you must. Are you 18 years old? Yes. Are you above 18? Yes. See prices in cart? Oh, what the fuck? Is there a good website? Obviously, I bet these things are probably I don't think I could buy one of these. Yeah. Oh hey, liberal gun owners, r/liberal gun owners, fucking based. NORAD, NORAD is a joint command between Canada and the USA maintained by the Department of the Air Force, USAF/USSF, and the Canadian Air Force. It manages the North American airspace air system, which is the only shared airspace of its type on Earth. Oh, hell yeah, based. America and Canada working together. The Marines are just is part of the Department of the Navy. Yeah, much like I assume the Navy SEALs, which I would imagine probably are a elite fighting force. I assume. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm guessing. Or are those guys not like a type of special forces? SEALs are sailors in the U.S. Navy. Okay. I was just thinking of SEAL Team 6. Yes, Fellrunner, I too remember Stargate. But most of the SF/SOF forces are under SOCOM or Special Operations Command. They are elite. Their Special Operations, Special Forces is the Army Green Berets. Oh, okay. It's a joint command managed by all the branches jointly. SOCOM includes sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardian. Okay, interesting. I can't seem to finish any articles, lol. Although I feel like we did get the general gist. This is hilarious, by the way. This shit. All right, guys. I think I'm actually gonna go to bed now. I think I'm gonna play a couple more games and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I want a free Boeing. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Give me a 787, please. Cut. Wait, would you want a Boeing 787? Would you want that? Would you want like some based small thing that they made? You know? Ooh. Oh, a Dreamliner. Damn. That is a nice plane. Boeing does not make small civilian airplanes. If I was to get a Boeing commercial plane, I mean. Oh, okay. Well, okay, sure. They don't make small civilian airplanes, but what about small military airplanes? My dream personal plane is the Mitsubishi, the MU-2. Oh, thank you, Nim. Or Mim. I might own one day. Oh, it's one of these. Seen these around. Or not like necessarily those specifically, but those are nice. So, oh, this is like a classic airplane because these are older. You can buy them used for under $1 million on a loan. Damn. And do a fractional ownership. What do they look like on the inside? Oh, fuck. Basically, you get to fly it a few months a year. Something I want to do once. Okay. Something I might realistically be able to own a share in. Oh, I see. I understand. That's cool. Yeah. Fuck. There was a God damn it. I remember this. I thought it was really funny. There was a stream a while back where Destiny was reacting to something. Some streamer apparently bought a his own like private jet for like not like a terrible or for like a few $1,000,000, I think. And like he took his family on it, and this was posted on LSF. And then Destiny started looking up information, I think, on the exact airplane. And the plane looked like funny, but I can't remember the name of it. Oh. Thank you. Ooh, fancy. This is like fucking private jet type material. I mean, I know that this is obviously like a personal aircraft, but yeah. Like, actually, this is basically like a private jet, essentially. Say 500,000 airplane. So if I split with like 3 to 4 other pilots and we share one, it's doable for me. Maybe one day. I hope that you can. I hope that you can do that. That's cool. Oh, it looks like a neat little plane. Hope Cutter is listening. True. My wallet is ready. I mean, you'd have to give them something in return. Or who knows, maybe they would just give it to you and then come back later and ask for the stuff. I don't know. I feel like with Trump, like that there was definitely something there, but it was probably related to some sort of Israel Palestine or some other negotiation shit. But anyway, yeah. Also, I might just send this to Destiny to make him mad, or because he might think it's funny. I think this is really funny. This is very, very, very funny. It's all right, Trump will pardon me. True. Destiny should buy a plane, by the way. He can afford one. I think that was the joke. Just get a Gulfstream. I think that was the joke. That was the reason why he kept why he was looking into that airplane that streamer bought. And it was like apparently it was like some kind of crazy it wasn't a Gulfstream. Fuck, I wish I could remember the name. It looked really weird. It looked so cramped on the inside. Like the back of it looked insanely cramped though. You can unironically get a really nice airplane for like $250,000. Yeah, but it's not about like the cost of the airplane though. It's the upkeep, right? And like the fuel and all that shit. Isn't that where it becomes really expensive? Destiny looked into buying a yacht previously too. That was something else. Like I don't think he's actually serious. He doesn't seem like the kind of person who would like spend a shitload of money, you know. Well, it's expensive, yes, but so is first class if you own an airplane and you know what you're doing. You can get per hour flight costs. Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, storage. Storage is also crazy too. That's lower than commercial air travel. If you never fly. Yeah, well, I mean, he flies a lot, so Crazy, these motherfuckers are so stacked from shitting around online all day. Well, yeah, I mean, streaming can make you a shitload of money if you manage to make it. By the way, I'm not expecting to make it that hard. I would just I just hope that I can I guess like my aspiration is that one day I would like to like get halfway to where Loner Box is, or like at least somewhere where I can make a decent living, or where I can make $3,000 a month or something doing it. Then I feel like I'd probably be okay, or 4,000 maybe, 3,500. I don't know. Jets are expensive and fuel hungry. Oh, a turboprop. You would want something like that, Mewtwo. Okay, yeah. I feel like specifically it was like a private jet. But the plane that one streamer guy or that Destiny ended up looking at, it was like really small. It looked incredibly cramped in the back too. Oh, okay. Oh, the turboprop is the type of engine. Okay. Cool. That's neat though. Um oh, Phineas, what do you mean against pit bulls? Come on now. Sorry, I have you know, but or maybe you're I don't know. What is a reliable and effective pistol for self against methods? Phineas, are you dealing with a lot of do you live somewhere where you're dealing with a lot of meth heads, or are you just memeing? Um $200 per hour, $400 in gas. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm not even. Glock and 40 millimeters. Everybody's just gonna say Glock. The answer is just a Glock, I guess. I think heroin is the bigger drug here. I live in a nice area, but the more populous regions have big drug problems. Fair. Um, that's fair. Wait, are you gonna DM Phineas? Oh yeah, you guys are in the same Discord. You guys, yeah, you guys know each other. I'm actually curious what gun you would suggest, Epic, but yeah. 40 cal, 10 millimeter is good too. Listen, I think the small gun is, you know, whatever, but that's just me. Beretta 90 series. Ah, of course. Of course. 80 series if you need something smaller to conceal. 92 is the 9 millimeter most will use. I assume these are grown men. Hmm. All right, guys, I'm gonna end stream now. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Yeah, see you guys later. Probably tomorrow, but maybe not. I don't know. It depends. It depends on when I wake up. But yeah. Um Thank you. Yeah, or you're welcome, Actual Facts Racing. If there's anything you guys want me to cover though, or if you're interested in seeing me talking about, you know, put all articles or YouTube videos or whatever in stream suggestions in my Discord. You can join the Discord. It is in the streams. It is in the stream description. Yeah. Anyway, bye.